Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, afternoon, evening, all that good stuff. Welcome in, Dan, Deb, and Zizi. Hope you're all doing very well. Um, I have I needed to change my sound settings. There's somebody doing the garden outside, but you should not be able to hear anything. Um, yeah, you can't hear anything. That's fine. Good. Wonderful. Your tomatoes are growing? Very nice. What kind of tomatoes are you growing? Just your regular run of the mill or anything special? There's a guy who has an allotment nearby and he grows San Marzano. Um Not sure if he uses it like for pizza or sauces or whatever. He must do because he's Italian, so um but yeah, San Marzano tomatoes are very nice, rich, great tomato for using for sauces and stuff like that. So yeah, I am one of those people who doesn't like, I don't like raw tomato. I only like cooked tomato, really. It definitely requires a certain je ne sais quoi for me to indulge in some tomato. But yeah, it's been a good week so far. They're called Goliath Bush, also my name in high school. Hey, if you went to school in the 70s, everybody had a Goliath Bush, to be fair. Welcome in, Vogue. Hope you're well. How you doing? So yeah, it's been a good week for me. Been to the gym four times. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I had two PT sessions. One on Monday, one on Friday. So that was good. Um, did get some people on the YouTubes calling me fat, which is, all right, because you're stating the obvious there. Um, I think what they like to do is because I focus on Ethan Bernard. You know, Mr. Bernard, the ginger whinger. Yeah, that twat. People like to say, "Oh, but what are you saying that for? You're fat too." Yeah, I know, but Ethan's a liar, and I'm not focusing on him being fat. I'm focusing on him being an actual lying bastard, you know. So I still get that on occasion. And funnily enough, it's always the people that don't have their own profile picture that like to call me fat. I wonder why. So, bit of fun. Yeah, I mean, I either ignore it or I just delete the comment because I just can't be asked anymore. People say, "Oh my God, you're twice the size of Ethan." No, no, if I was twice the size of Ethan, that would make me well over 800 pounds, and I'm under 350. So, yeah, I think it's mainly because I like the way I sit, right? I've got like my loose skin is all like built up around here, right? And obviously when I sit, it's like, "Quack." But when I actually stand up properly, you can see that it's, pretty normal. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just how it is, isn't it? But yeah, we're going to be talking about Mr. Etienne Bernard. He is our forecast for the day. Yeah, exactly. They're just like, oh, I know what will get him, calling him fat. Yeah, I'm well aware. Cheers, sweetie. I used to be a lot bigger. Okay, so Ethan has been a very naughty boy in the past. So we're going to have a little look at some screenshots that I took from his Threads account. And if you don't know what Threads is, it's like Twitter, but it's owned by Instagram, Meta. Mark Zuckerberg's that fella. So Ethan decided to make a Threads account in 2023 because, he loves to be social. He loves to be parasocial, even. So this is his account. Ethan Benard, unhinged Twitch partner on a weight loss journey, hard cap. Ask me about guns, tech, or Star Wars. Avid gamer and 2A advocate. Business blah blah, link tree blah blah blah. I don't know what 2A is, to be honest. Insta's owned by Meta. Yeah, it's all metabolics, That reach is so big it caused an exacerbation of Ethan Turner in Woodvote. So fucking true. And he's got his link tree here. Got all his links and stuff. So that's his bio, or well, it used to be, but we'll get to that in a moment. Nothing about faith on that description, no. Well, there's a little teeny tiny little cross there, teeny small, very small. Second Amendment. What is the Second Amendment? I'm not American. Is it to do with guns? Is it about the King of England? I'm crabby enough without having to use Google products. That's fair middle. That's very fair. Yeah, Second Amendment, the gun one. So he's an avid gamer and a 2A advocate. So as you can see from his reposts, always be armed, regularguyguns.com. Libs of TikTok official. I love the fact that my existence on this app triggers the left so much. Maybe go cry about it. Okay. Bare arms. I've got bare arms today. I mean, I've always got bare arms because I'm so hairy. Right. Anyway. So somebody posted on, I think that it's either going to be June the 7th or July the 6th, whatever, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure because I took the screenshots, it's going to be June. So 7th of June 2023, somebody called Esquire wrote, 2 hours and anti-trans hate is already on here. Report this. Trying to figure out how well the moderation works on here. Now, this post that's not available, it was from this account, Libs of TikTok Official. And it said testing. So Ethan replies to this, LMFAO, you tried to have an account mass reported for posting the word testing. I guess time will tell how the moderation works out, but I'm glad I can see all of the people you're arguing with. Makes it easy to find new accounts to follow. You wouldn't think twice about shooting the fool invading his home. Well, the fact that he can't sit up properly on his own would suggest that he's not going to do very well in that kind of situation. Libs of TikTok encourages attacks on LGBTQ plus people. This is something that I want you guys to kind of help me with because I spoke to Zebs about this, my partner, and he thinks this might be a reach. So I want to like to discuss it a bit. Welcome in, Debbie. Good to see you. You too. I'm very good, thank you. Hope you're well as well. So here's the next screenshot. Somebody said, "Why use this?" And then Ethan replies, "Just to fuck with the insane amount of progressives on this app until my account gets inevitably banned." His account didn't get banned. And why does he want to fuck with the insane amount of progressives on this app? Now, progressive sounds like a positive thing. Why would you want to fuck with those kind of people? So we can surmise from this currently that Ethan is probably an extreme right-wing individual. He definitely voted for Trump. He felt sorry for Charlie Kirk. Isn't that Tim Dillon? I don't know. Welcome in, Ray Ray, by the way. Who is Tim Dillon? Can somebody fill me in? A shitpost account making fun of the left. Yeah, makes sense. So from this already, we can surmise that Ethan is very right wing gun rights activist. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Um, so this is what I want to. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, if you want to say horrible things to a horrible person, then they're trying to get people to like talk shit about libs of TikTok official. And excuse me, Ethan Bernard says, "Hey man, go fuck yourself." Um, what what I want to discuss with you guys is how much of a reach this might be. S Queer is a transgender female who goes by the pronouns she, her. Are we this I know this might sound like a reach, okay? So like full clarity. I personally think that this is transphobic because of the way Ethan acts. Hey man, go fuck yourself. I think he said man intentionally because this person is a transgender female. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I personally think it is transphobic. I think he meant to say man. I don't think he meant to say it as a universal generic term. That's my opinion, and it's a valid opinion. But I don't know what you guys think. But I personally think it's a deliberate transphobic comment. But yeah, if anybody wants to, you can see it both ways. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can definitely see it both ways. Like I can see it being just you know, hey man, you know how like Americans do say hey man and all that. But I can definitely see it being something like you used to be a man kind of thing to denigrate somebody. He's afraid his potential wife pool will be muddled. Yeah. I can also see him jerking off to trans porn though. Yeah, I can see it being intentional, yeah. He absolutely gives Christian nationalists. Yeah, he definitely wants Handmaid's Tale to be a real thing. Given the company Ethan keeps and his opinions plus support for libs of TikTok, I'm inclined not to give Ethan the benefit of the doubt on this. Yeah, I would say so. I would say this is a transphobic comment. Like he's trolling people, and it seems like hey man is a deliberate choice for somebody who is a transgender female. So yeah. The interesting thing is, I posted this a few days ago. Okay, so we can see here that he's got his profile here. You can see all the stuff he talks about and stuff like that, guns, tech, Star Wars. And interestingly enough, once I posted about this and spread this to Reddit and my socials, I put it on X and stuff like that, his profile changed. It now says fat guy who doesn't use this app. And he's changed his links to beacons instead of Linktree. The replies are all gone. Reposts are all gone. So if Ethan had nothing to hide, if he was a man of his convictions and he stood by everything he said, why would he have deleted everything to do with his Threads account? Do you know what though, Ethan? Good job. You got one extra follower from that. It's not me. One extra follower. You did really well. So I think that Ethan's transphobia, which I think it is, May cost him some followers, but I think the main thing is, good morning, Paolo. Welcome in. Good to see you. When did he start his weight loss journey? Oh, fuck knows. This was made in 2023, so at least like years before that. Pretty sure like 2020. He pays a lot of attention to what people say about him online. Yep, 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 yep. So yeah, that's if your conscience is clear, if you think that if you believe in what you say, then you wouldn't delete all those comments, you wouldn't change everything. So which brings me to something else. I think, well, we might as well look at this anyway, so just give me a second. Please allow me to be very nerdy. This is going to be quite nerdy. I'm sorry. So I was looking at Ethan's Twitch numbers, and he said that he used to get over 1,000 viewers regularly, and he was making a lot of money, but I can't find the amount of money that he makes. For someone who said in one of his latest reels he was enjoying life online, he acted very quickly. So I looked at the gap between looking at the threads twice was probably about, I don't know, 4 hours, something like that. Um, so yeah, he did it within 4 hours, and he's supposed to be a busy boy moving to California. Okay. So this is some stats that I found from Twitch Tracker. Now, Twitch Tracker will show you the duration of the stream, 7 hours at least in this case, the average number of viewers, so that's the viewers across the whole 7 hours. Um, the yellow bar is the peak number of viewers. So the peak number of viewers in the 7 hours. This is how many followers that he gained, and this is how many views that the VOD got, the video that he streamed on. He's 100% scrubbing because he knows how badly those views would go over with the community. Yeah, yeah. So Ethan likes to profess that he was a very good Twitch streamer. He did really, really well. He did lots of good things. He was a massive, massive Twitch streamer. So I decided to take it upon myself to find out how many times he hit over 1,000 viewers, which is what he professed he did quite a lot. So this is one time. So the average number of viewers was 2009, and the peak viewership was 4,247. That's very good numbers. So that's one. Here's another one. 855 average viewer count. Peak viewers 2,714. That's still very good, even though the average doesn't really show the peak very well. Over 3,000 followers in that stream, so that's two. Excuse me. This is more like a good balance. So he peaked at 1,148 viewers, and his average viewership was 922. So that's a really good average to peak ratio. Next one, 1,141, 1,029 average. That's also very good. 1,441 peak, 848 average, which is not too bad. 1,084 to 968, that's also quite good. 1,700, sorry, 1,073 to 701, that's a bit worse. Yeah, and that's all I could find. So over the 4 years that he was streaming, he hit over 1,000 viewers 8 times. And this was the last time was in 2022. He hit 1,358 peak and only averaged 431. So there was kind of oh, look at what's going on, and then they get bored very quickly. So for somebody professing to make $4,800 in a month, there was probably only one window where he could have made that amount. So yeah, the what he normally would get is much, much lower. Okay, so this is his Twitch numbers here. So So that's that over 1,000. Then it goes quickly under. Um, and then the average goes down on page 3 very quickly. It goes down to 200. Um, Channel raids will get him that peak, yeah. So other people like would raid him. So what happens on Twitch is if you get a raid of 100 people, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 30 people would say stay. So it seems like his numbers tend to hover around between 1 and 200 more, which is very good for Twitch, honestly. But it doesn't reflect on him being the big time streamer that he likes to consider himself being. Um, and we've got a clip here, um, which I think is a very short clip, but I think it's quite telling. Let me just see where it is. It's not too far down, I don't think. So he plays Fortnite, plays a lot of Valorant, plays CS:GO. Ethan's opinion on pronouns. I wonder what he thinks about them.
What are your preferred pronouns?
Ah,
I think that stuff is pretty stupid. I really couldn't care less.
So Ethan thinks that the English language is stupid, which makes sense because he can't say things properly anyway. He doesn't know what to pronounce or how to say them. So yeah. Oh yeah, he gets more views now than on Twitch. So that's that. So from what we can surmise, Ethan's good Christian boy character is a fake. I think you need to take into account what he was playing Valorant right for the 1K streams. Yeah, he was playing Valorant. Um, he played a lot of Valorant. I think it was mainly Valorant. Let me just have a look. Because Twitch tracker would actually bring that up. Give me one sec. He has bigger boobs than I do. He's got bigger boobs than me too, darling. Um, okay, so the games he was playing, it was 57% Valorant. So the max viewers was Valorant, yeah. He played Madden. Yeah, so it was literally just Valorant the way he got most of his viewers from. Yeah, and for somebody who didn't like being called fat a lot, he sure built his foundation of Twitch streaming on him being fat. So yeah, there is that. Okay, so yeah, I think that Ethan's wholesome Christian stick is just fake. He he obviously is a keyboard warrior. He loves to talk shit online, but as soon as somebody finds out that he talks shit online, he likes to delete everything he says. I wouldn't be surprised if he deletes some of his Twitch clips, like gets rid of them all. But Ethan, we're on to you. Some people have recorded those Twitch clips, so well done, mate. Yes, it's a reflection of the game. Valorant at the time, I think, was in a beta, and people couldn't get access to it. So those numbers were highly inflated. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a reflection of the game. Like if somebody is known for streaming Fortnite and they play something else, the numbers will tank. So I'm guessing that when he played something else, people were like, "Ah, fuck this! I want to see Fat Man get angry at Valorant." Yeah. Okay, so he in the past week he's done 3 videos. The guy is a fucking lazy bastard. Um, so this is the pan. Let's go from the. He may very well be a Christian. It's no guarantee of good behavior. Yes, but I think that he's going to be like he wants to be a good boy Christian who loves everyone. And him being transphobic is, it doesn't really show that he loves everyone. And let's be honest, there's no hate like Christian love. So he ordered chicken and broccoli at Panda Express, barely ate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a long video, so let's go for this one.
All right, listen, guys, this is going to be very raw and uncut. I just spent a few days in Nashville at one of Jocko's leadership conferences, and it was really.
He went to a leadership mustard. Sal's a better man than any of the boys. Sal is great. Like, I can't really fault Sal, to be honest. The peace and love thing is gone. Yeah, pretty much.
Really good for me, just like the last one was. And I'm not sure how to tell you guys this, but this past month, and I know a lot of people knew just based off my behavior, but this past month I haven't been prioritizing the weight loss. I've been prioritizing.
Yeah, we can tell. It looks like you've put on quite a lot. I mean, I've put on a lot thanks to my BED. And the thing is, you have to be open and admit those things. You can't say, well, I ate 4,000 calories and I put on a million billion pounds. This is Ethan trying to be all like demure, low BMI.
In my personal life. And I know I shouldn't need to stop one to do the other, but I don't know. I just felt like it was really important to focus on the people around me, especially leading up to this move. And
Yeah.
I feel
You don't want to be wasting time deleting transphobic comments on threads. You don't want to waste your time doing that. Oh, wait.
really good. Taking some time off posting all the time and worrying about analytics and like the internet when you experience like your local real life,
Mm.
you don't really care about what's happening online. And I've been
No, you wouldn't find out on Reddit that you were making transphobic comments and all of a sudden you go, I gotta delete all it. You rock a white shirt better than he does. Thank you, Debbie. I know. I rock a lot of things better than he does, to be fair.
thriving in that
He's
because once we
thriving.
move,
He's thriving because he doesn't go online, even though he really, really quickly deleted his Threads account of any wrongdoing that he ever did.
I'm gonna be chronically online for a bit with how much we're gonna be freaking posting.
I mean, you're chronically online now, Ethan. Have to eat a bunch of calories to experience real life. Exactly. Just down that stick of butter. Hello, Ethan, if you're here. Actually, no, it's too early for him. He won't be up this early. Fuck that.
But I am really excited for it, guys. I know a lot of people are skeptical, like, oh, you shouldn't have to move to get back on track. It doesn't matter. I know the move is gonna result in
He sounds like he got some nookie. Oh, I don't know. He probably bummed a calzone or something.
that. And I'm really excited to share more about it. But I'm not doing it yet. And it's my page. I can choose to be vague. Anyway, I spent the week with the Echelon Front team, the muster, and all the wonderful.
Honestly, even when he's trying to be like demure and low BMI and like, oh, I'm such a good person, he's still a cunt. He's still just insufferable. And that's why I don't get why people like him, because he just is so insufferable. To be fair though, this is in a hotel in Nashville. But he does normally film in his parents' bathroom, so I'll let it go there.
People who attended it, and it was really, really good for me. And honestly,
Cool, I saw the hernia move then.
void of the scale, I feel so good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel really good
Mm-hmm.
about the move.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll share more with you. But for now,
So I was talking to somebody on Reddit, and it doesn't seem like this is going to be a TV show that he's on. It seems like he's going to be working with PeachFit, the guy who lost 100 pounds and is now a weight loss coach. He has self-confidence that I don't get. Yeah, I think it's all like it's a lot of narcissism, I think. Yeah, I don't see how people he just seems inherently unlikable. Some people might see me as being inherently unlikable, that's up to whoever. It's their prerogative to see what they view with their own eyes and with their own thoughts. But to me, Ethan seems like a very unlikable man.
I have to fly back home in like freaking 6 hours, so I'm gonna get some sleep. But this is a raw, uncut update as to what's happening in my life.
Uh-huh.
And don't worry, next month, everything's gonna change.
Sure.
Appreciate y'all.
Didn't you say that? Haven't you said that every month for the past 5 months? That everything's going to change? And isn't he supposed to be doing a 5K with that pedo allegedly comedian, Bert Kreischer? So that was Ethan being raw and uncut and being a smug prick, which, is his MO. So Ethan's getting baptized, guys. Let's go.
I have some really exciting personal updates to share with you guys. Today has been some last minute packing, finishing up with some of the miscellaneous things. But more importantly, this past weekend, I finally got water baptized surrounded by the people that I love.
Ethan finally had a bath. I'm just so proud. Ethan finally had a bath. It's really good. Unfortunately, he had to go outside to do it, but I guess his bathtub in the house is too small. Hooray,
And
he
I
didn't
honestly don't know
drown.
if we could have come up with.
Let's watch that again. Oh.
And I
Yeah, you never been baptized in the hot tub, CZ? Of course you haven't, because you're not a good Christian boy like Ethan Benard.
honestly don't know if we could have come up with a better idea for a send-off towards this next chapter. We're moving in this weekend, over 2,000 miles away. I'm very excited and I'm very nervous. But more than anything, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that has presented itself. And for the first time in a long time this year, I'm genuinely excited to put in the work.
Yeah, I was baptized Catholic as well, middle, and it was basically just a small font, and the priest was like, "There you go, just a bit of water on your head, and that's it." Vigorously dunking Ethan in the hot tub like a soggy biscuit is weird to me.
Get back on track and start being more active on here again. I can't wait to show you guys where we're moving and why. Y'all have had some pretty
This is the conversation he had with his parents. Mom, Dad, I'm moving to California, where I will lose weight finally. And his parents were like, "Well, Ethan, if you're gonna be moving to the city of hell, then I think you're gonna need to be baptized so that the devil won't touch you." That's a wet t-shirt competition I definitely don't want to see. No. We can already see his titties anyway.
outlandish theories. But this weekend, possibly Monday, all will be revealed. I haven't felt this happy in a long time,
Possibly Monday.
and I know it's going to be good. I have some really exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be really good, actually. So Ethan had an obligation to sell lead-pumped energy drinks. Full body immersion when you're old enough to make your own choices. Yeah, yeah. So he's part of the Baptist church, then I imagine. Oh yeah, all the guys from church will be there now. He's finally gone, praise Jesus.
When I was in Nashville last week, I got to try something pretty cool.
Milk.
If you guys watch my page, you know I'm sponsored by Jocko Fuel. And recently, they have completely revamped their energy drinks. And when I was
Wow, is that how you open a drink? Thank you for showing me how to open a drink,
Fuel,
Ethan.
and recently, they have completely revamped their energy drinks.
There's now 2% less lead in the energy drinks.
And when I was at the muster, I got to try a bunch of the new flavors.
Was it mustard flavor at the mustard? That's the only flavor I'd accept at a mustard, to be honest. Delicious, refreshing mustard drink. Well, they'd better baptize him in a river like biblical times. Who baptized Jesus? Well, John the Baptist, I guess. That would make sense. I think it was John the Baptist.
The ones they sent me home were the Nitro Pop. Out of the ones that I've tried, the half and half tea and lemonade is my favorite, but I haven't tried blue raspberry yet.
So, yeah, he's drinking energy drinks. He's got to have all that He's got to have all that energy to delete things off his social media, so he doesn't get caught being transphobic or being a right-wing nut job.
I'm hoping they send me some. I think that's going to end up being my favorite flavor, but I've really been enjoying these. They improved all the flavors. They have a new energy blend that's also supposed to help enhance your mood. This is one of their biggest product launches in a while. So if you guys want to check out the revamped Jocko Go.
Look, Jocko Fuel is marketed as an energy drink. The protein shakes are, they're meant to be like for people that go to the gym religiously. This is terrible. This pick is terrible. Why would you let this guy be the face of your drinks? If I saw somebody like him drinking a drink like that, I'd be like, why the fuck would I want to buy a drink like that from this greasy basement dwelling lunatic? Fuck off.
Product launches in a while. So if you guys want to check out the revamped Jocko Go 2.0s, obviously you can do so at jockofuel.com and you can use code Ethan for 20% off.
I don't drink energy drinks at all. I just don't like the taste of them. But yeah, he loves his energy drinks. #ad. Let me just find something else, because there was something else actually. We're still in we're still in the beginning. In the beginning, God created Ethan Benard. And he was so disappointed. This is a reply from Twitter about this #ad. Yeah, old school. I'm a coffee boy too, Paolo. So somebody said, please don't put more strain on your body, especially your heart. It's already working so hard. I don't understand how anyone thinks it's a good idea to give you energy drinks, honestly. I get it's sponsorship, but come on. Welcome in, Fuad. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And Ethan replies, caffeine is an appetite suppressant and a natural diuretic. I've been drinking a lot of caffeine for a long time, even when I wasn't drinking these. #ad. So, caffeine is an appetite suppressant, and you've been drinking caffeine for a long time. How come you weighed allegedly 660 pounds? It's a natural diuretic. How come you have really bad edema in your legs that you need to wrap them up and lift them up just to get the water out? And you also take diuretic pills to assist you in removing the water. You're thicky dum-dum. That's why, because you're a thicky dum-dum bastard. Oh, I've got to say stuff that makes me seem smart. All right then, dickhead. And it's not just for me, it's for Peggy Sue and little Bobby Lee. Hi, Bobby Mum. Yeah, so like the wife and kids flip the switch. #ad. White Monster makes it feel like a rat gnaws through my stomach. It's probably like the taurine. I imagine it's taurine that Monster uses. But yeah, I'm not a fan of energy drinks. So yeah, Ethan likes to say he knows a lot of things, but saying that caffeine is an appetite suppressant and a natural diuretic when you weigh 400+ pounds and you retain water in your legs. Just like sometimes you just need to zip, zip, zip. You need to keep quiet. Okay? So yeah, sometimes it's better not to say anything. That is for sure. So that was it. That's it for his TikTok. 3 TikToks in the space of a week. And he goes to Panda Express. Yeah, that's basically it. So we've got 2 videos next. One is Greg Doucette, which we're going to watch first, and then he's on a podcast type thing, I guess, with Frank the Tank Fleming. So, and as you can see, Ethan's dressed himself for the first time. He looks lovely and ready to pose for his picture at his first day of school. Yeah, so we're going to watch the Greg Doucette video first, and we'll see what Greggy boy has to say. Let me just put the captions on. There we go. The title of this video is Why are fat people so fat? And you know that Greg wanted to put the F-bomb there. Why are fat people so fucking fat? You fat fucks. Anyway.
No,
I
it's
could
not
tell
healthy.
even when I was eating this that it, like, obviously it's not good for me.
One day you look in the mirror and say, what has become of me? Perhaps this day is for you. You're watching this video and you decided, well, I can't do this no more.
You can't do this no more. I'm tired, boss. I can't do this no more, boss.
Coach Greg, and in today's video, we're going to find out why fat people get so bloody fat. What exactly?
Yeah, you bunch of fat bastards. Why'd you get so fucking fat, you fat fucks? Obese!
Exactly are they eating? And in comparison, what do thin people eat? You know, people who are in shape. In this video, you're going to be shocked at the amount of food, the calories, the junk that people actually eat, while at the same time, you're going to understand that it's not actually their fault. I'm going to tell you who's to blame.
Oh, Dan, I hate the Mickey Mouse voice that he does. When I see some of his videos, I'm like, please just talk normally, please.
Who's not to blame. We're going to learn how to eat a healthy diet to stay in a calorie deficit, what you can do, the tricks of the trade. And so let's just jump right into it.
My starting weight, 171.6.
Well done.
Ethan's starting weight,
Clean your socks, you dirty bastard. How have you got a cat's worth of hair on your feet and those legs? No amount of appetite suppressant caffeine and diuretic caffeine could help you there. Why did he cut his hair? I don't know. He looks like he's been to Turkey, to be honest, Paolo.
442.2.
Now remember, he's 440 pounds, but he's already down 220. And so he
I don't think Greg actually believes that he's lost 220 pounds. I think Greg is trying to be like, I'm kind of a nice guy. You know, I believe he lost 220 pounds, even though he probably hasn't. Dirty ass socks again, all crooked. Yeah, I mean, I think, let's face it, he's a big guy, and he's probably going to find it very difficult to put his socks on. He probably needs a system of pulleys. Probably needs a system of pulleys to put his socks on, right? So I guess we can give him leeway for crooked socks.
he's already gotten halfway there. And so this is amazing. He's clearly doing the thing, but it could.
Greg, mate, I know you've got to make a video, but you know for a fact that he's not doing any of this shit. He goes to the gym 3 times a year just to film himself doing 2 bicep curls. You know that, Greg. Let's not beat around the bush here. Laurie, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, I think it's probably about 50 to 100 pounds. Yeah, definitely.
Could be so much better. There's
Yeah, but the thing we need to bear in mind here with these photos is that he's slimming filtered out of the wazoo. He looks like a Pringles can trying to leave its own body. Let's face it. He's even using slimming filters here. What the fuck? I'm doing very well, thank you, Laurie. Hope you are too. So yeah, like he doesn't look like he can fit through his own door. So this is definitely a slimming filtered. It's slimming filtered on both sides. Fucking Stewie Griffin, Hey Arnold looking head.
There's something I'm going to tell him to do that he hasn't thought of for some
Totally right,
reason,
Ray.
and it literally will make the difference between him losing another 200 pounds versus him struggling to maintain.
The thing is, Greg, he wants to be a 300-pound strongman. He wants to be a 300-pound strongman who consumes 5,000 calories a day. He has no intention of eating like a normal person. He wants to eat like a fat bastard, but look like Eddie Hall or somebody who's 300 pounds that's quite lean. Randy Orton's about 290, I think, and he's like proper jacked, strong guy. So he wants to look like Randy Orton and still eat 5,000 calories.
Starting with the most important meal of the day, breakfast. Ethan, are you excited?
I don't know what
Don't
I'm
we
looking
all?
at here,
Exactly.
And so Casey Kelly, who knows a lot about dieting, has a great diet. He is cooking some healthy recipes. He's clearly a competitor. I've done a video on him in the past. Remember, he's 100% natural. And so he's teaching him the tricks of the trade.
250 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, some tomatoes, some green onions. It's only 299
Delicious.
calories and 40 grams of protein.
Bro, do you know how much protein
I don't get why Ethan is so focused on 3 to 5k calories versus being strong, having endurance, liking his appearance. He just loves food that damn much, Laurie. He's willing to sacrifice a lot of things just to get a million billion grams of protein a day. He just looks at every single bit of food. He's like, how many grams of protein can I get out of this? And he hates vegetables. I love an omelette too. Yeah, he loves food. He loves food a lot. I love food a lot too. I literally have a disorder that makes me love food. I know that's a bit of a crutch to say, but it's true. Everybody loves food, let's face it. Most people. But there is a point where I'm like, I prefer to just throw the food in the bin straight away so I don't have to eat it. You do get some points where you're like, I just can't be bothered. I don't want to eat healthy. I just want to be a shitlord online.
and volume you can get for just 300 calories in comparison to the shit that you're making me? If you follow my diet and you eat as much as you can, you'll never weigh 660 pounds. It's impossible. You can't do it. It's essentially the same thing I've been teaching you guys from my cook.
Pound of cheese.
And this is 1,800 calories.
1,800 calories and over 100 grams of fat. Is there actually a need? Bro, what's with all the cheese? One small tweak. If he were to convert this high-fat cheese into fat-free cheese or low-fat cheese, he automatically would lose weight. It's
But the thing is, Greg, low-fat cheese tastes like shit.
the little things that really do add up. These are so simple to do, and so you don't have to stop eating the foods that you love.
Paolo, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That's very kind. Thank you so much. That pan was lacking in coating. Half the omelette was in the cooking vessel. Yeah. He was like, he's got to chisel the last bit of egg out of that. Like the meal was 299 calories. 99 calories of that was just in the bottom of the pan. Yeah, I'd rather not have cheese at all than have low-fat cheese.
You just make them lower in calories.
The crazy part about this, they're the same amount of volume and it's 6 times the amount of calories.
Same volume, 6 times more calories, more fat in breakfast than I eat in my entire day. In fact, probably double the amount of fat that I eat in a day. And so if you remember, fat has 9 calories per gram in comparison to...
Oh yeah, Greg's definitely like, cooking, eh? Have a cookbook. Metabolic, you say? I sell drugs online.
Carbs and protein only having 4. And so if you eat a lot of fat, it gets highly condensed. The bowls are the same size, but one has 300 calories and the other has 1,800. And so imagine if he tried to gain all that weight and instead was eating that lower calorie bowl. he would have to eat 6 of them to equal the same amount of calories. And so, most likely, if he had 6 of those bowls in front of him, he would have probably stopped at 3 or 4, would have been full at 9 to 1200 calories. And
Greg, you underestimate the fat bastards. You really do. If you gave me 6 bowls of eggs and veggies, I would probably eat them all. Not gonna lie. Yeah, he probably gets filled up off 3 or 4. No, you underestimate the power of a fat boy. Let's face it. You underestimate our power. We are so powerful. Anyway, that's what Marjorie Dawes says on Little Britain. Yeah, a bit of dust. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust.
he would have called it a breakfast. But instead of that, he has the high calorie, high palatable foods, lots of carbs, lots of fat. And this is why he's so grossly overweight.
I utilize fasting a lot to lose weight. I was told that, like, with the fat burning, like, oh, go that long without eating, you burn more calories or whatever, you know?
And so the first years of his life, he
Yeah, fasting isn't good for you. Well, it's not good for somebody like Ethan who has an eating disorder. I'll clarify it like that. Fasting can be good for people. It just depends on your mentality. That's what I meant to say.
had no clue what he was doing. He clearly wasn't watching Coach Greg, and so he fasted 20 hours a day. He was eating.
He clearly wasn't watching me. Coach Gregory. Me. Yeah, he did. He tried fasting a lot. So we did a deep dive on Ethan a while back, and one of the things that we noticed is that every time he had a weigh-in, the day before, he would fast because he wanted to make that weight as low as possible. Ding, 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 ding. ED, ED, ED. Grossly overweight, I know. Ethan's like, oh, it's really rude. Making 10 alt accounts for Greg's video. That was a really mean thing to say.
Eating nothing, and he had a 4-hour window. And now I believe he gets up and has a 30-gram protein shake, and that's it. Does any of this sound sustainable? You only can eat within a 4-hour window. You're getting up for breakfast. You only get a 30-gram shake. Bro is 6'4". He's a very large man. He's clearly.
He's 6'4", not 6'5", as Ethan likes to tell us. I don't even think Ethan's 6'4". I think he's about like 6'2", something like that. Yeah, Ethan not getting a chance to spew his nonsense, exactly.
Starving all the time. He's suffering. And so how long will he be able to do this? I mean, he's done a great job so far. He's suffered his way through 2 years of losing over 200 pounds. But eventually, all good things come to an end. If he doesn't find a solution, of which I'm going to explain it, he's only going to end up losing the weight and then eventually regaining it. We've all seen how this pans out on the 600-pound loser. You remember that show? The person who loses the most amount of weight then wins all this kinds of money, and then they regain all of it a couple of years later. That is in his future. I can forecast it because one.
Yeah, The Biggest Loser was so bad for the mentality of weight loss because it was just about doing so much shit to lose weight as fast as possible. It was never about sustainable weight loss. I used to watch it, and I used to watch it quite avidly, actually. I used to watch the American version, and I used to watch the Australian version back in the day. Yeah, honestly, so bad for weight loss mentality. I wouldn't recommend watching them now at all. Oh yeah, it shouldn't have existed at all. Biggest Loser should not have existed, but it just preyed on so many people's insecurities about weight loss.
Once the dopamine stops, I mean, think of it. He's getting millions of views watching these videos. All the fans commenting, supporting him. They're there for him. Then what? Without the fans, without the comments, the dopamine of seeing your body getting better all the time, once you just have to maintain, it's much more difficult.
And then we're going to dump an entire bag of Mexican cheese right on top.
Entire bag of Doritos, entire bag of Mexican
Yeah,
cheese.
it's simple.
And so imagine
Doritos.
thinking that eating an entire bag of Doritos required an entire bag of cheese.
Welcome in, Run Love. Good to see you. Yeah, it was an awful show. I think when was it at its peak? Like late 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah, it's so weird that like I probably would have given an arm and a leg to be on that show, but thinking back on it now, I'd probably just be back to this size even if I lost it. You don't like Doritos? I'm not a big fan of Doritos. I don't mind tortilla chips in general, like the salted ones, but yeah, Doritos need.
And so this is just stupidity, not knowing what he's doing. But remember, he still has to be able to consume these calories. And so there's something wrong with his genetics. His ghrelin hormones, it's through the roof. A normal human being cannot eat this much food or else they'll feel full. They'll want to throw up. But in his case, remember, he was 200 pounds at only 9 years of age. That doesn't happen by accident. A normal kid, if you say eat whatever you want, you can have cakes, candies, cookies, whatever. They're not going to be 200 pounds at 9. You can't really blame him, but you probably could blame his parents. And so,
Oh, you can you can definitely blame his parents. Like we watched that podcast last week, didn't we, where he talked about his early life and the fact that he was 200 pounds at the age of 9. He basically got to eat whatever he wanted. And his parents were just like, look at that Ethan go. That's my boy. He's eating for his life lesson. So yeah, I definitely think it was abuse. His parents abused him in the way that they just let him eat whatever he wanted. And yeah, let him get to 200 pounds at the age of 9.
A, if you're this fat as a child, it's your parents' fault. And to me, this is child abuse and or neglect.
Yeah.
Imagine you've got a kid, he's
The fact that he romanticizes his childhood, the fact that he was left alone to eat and play video games. He was a complete loner, apart from a couple of friends at church. And he idealized that, which is a very strange thing. He idealized being a kid that just ate whatever he wanted, and he got to weigh 200 pounds. And he was also taken out of school. I think it was around high school he got taken out of school, and then it became home learning for him. So he again would have been on his own, and he would have been allowed to eat whatever he wanted. Slightly older, but I think the parents would still be somewhat to blame up until about like 16 years old, I would say. So there's definitely something untoward with his parents there. It was definitely abuse and neglect on the parents' side. But Ethan seemed to think that because he was so intelligent and so tall and so big, it was a great childhood, but it really wasn't.
8 and he's 180 pounds. You're thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't feed him all these nachos, candies, and so on. It's going to affect his life. I would rather see a parent giving an 8-year-old cigarettes than allowing them to eat to the point of getting to 200 pounds. And so I think everyone would assume that if a parent's giving their child alcohol and cigarettes at 8 or 9 years of age, that's bad, that they probably shouldn't have children. This is no different. And in fact, you could argue that it's actually worse.
I don't think you have enough sodium on that tray, dude. You gotta add some hot sauce on top.
Of course, you have to add some hot sauce on top. They're nachos. Let's go crazy. Sodium on top of your sodium.
I mean, I'm hearing a lot of talk about the sodium. The sodium, it's not really a big deal. For example, I add extra sodium all the time. I sweat a lot during my cardio. And so unless you have some pre-existing disease, heart problems and so on, it's okay to eat a lot of salt. Yeah, it can retain some water weight. And so if you have high blood pressure, it could be bad. But
Your parents' entire language is like, no. I don't know. It's obviously a very complicated thing. There are going to be there are going to be parents that give you whatever you want. You know, I was abused when I was a kid, and my nan took me out of that situation, and obviously to make up for it, she gave me whatever she wanted. And that's one of those things where it's like, I understand where she came from. Unfortunately, it got me to, you know, be a big guy. But sometimes when you see the kid's situation, you think, shit, just give him whatever he wants. He deserves to be happy. And you know, some parents or some parental units will just give you food to make you happy. And let's face it, food is something that does involve a lot of emotion. We use food to celebrate birthdays, celebrate anniversaries, celebrate weddings, baptisms, and things like that. So yeah, the childhood definitely has a lot of credence when it comes to adulthood.
Overall, it really is the calories. Chicken noodle soup is loaded in sodium, but it's not high in calories. And so if you're eating chicken noodle soup, you're probably going to be in a deficit and you're going to lose weight despite the fact that it's loaded in sodium. Remember, sodium doesn't make you gain fat. It can only help you to retain water, of which you should be sweating out anyway when doing your cardio each and every day.
I got some hot
Yeah, but let's face it, Ethan isn't doing his cardio every single day. Because if he was doing his cardio every single day, you bet your sweet bippy he would be recording that shit like, hey guys, I'm walking again. I'm walking every day. 10,000 steps, Ethan Benard guarantee. You know? Thank you, Ray Ray. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that, you know, that we're not alone in this whole thing. Welcome in, Monk Chip. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
sauce on this bowl right here for you. This is my famous, what I call the Preington.
And so
Okay, I get
Casey's
it now.
protein bowl, I mean, it looks absolutely delicious. The only problem is I would need a bigger bowl than that, but you can't go wrong. He's having the lettuce, which is low in calories and high in fiber. It adds a lot of volume and it has some carbs from the rice. And of course, he's added his protein from meat. And so it's an amazing meal. And he can eat like that every single day. Now, it doesn't have to be that low in calories. It could be a little bit higher, but eating like Casey would be similar to eating like in my cookbook, except there's more delicious recipes like cakes, candies, French toast, you name it. Whatever your current favorite food is, it might be pizza, it might be nuggets, whatever. There's probably a recipe in here that has half of those calories. And so you get to eat
Greg, I love your pink nail polish. Where'd you get it from?
what you want. It's just low in calories. If he was eating 8,000 calories a day in order to get up to 660 pounds, imagine if he ate the exact same meals, but they were lower in calories. He would be eating 4,000 calories a day. He probably
We're all trauma bonding, guys. Come in, group hug. Come on. I give really good hugs now that I'm working on my biceps and stuff. There you go.
would have gained weight till he got to 250 pounds, maybe 300, and it would have capped out at there. And so all you need to do is intelligently put your food together so that you experience cessation, being full, and you're not going to keep eating.
So would you say that's some sort of like
My-
addiction to food?
My favourite meal at the moment is pork mince, vegetables, and rice. Anabolic as heck. I love it. It probably would be more anabolic if it was like beef or chicken. There's a matte brand called Manglaze that is marketed to men. Your husband used to wear it to the club. Do you know what? I used to wear nail polish too, and I looked fabulous, darling.
For sure.
Like just,
Absolutely.
you can't get enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was 200 pounds by the time I was 9.
It's more than just a food addiction. He's saying, I couldn't experience fullness. I had to eat so much food to even know what being full felt like. We're all born with a certain genetic set point for body fat. Some people it's very high and some people it's very low. Some people, they are never hungry. They look at food and they don't want to eat it. They eat half of a plate and they're done. I go to restaurants all the time and I'm eating food and I'm eating my second entree and my third because I'm trying to get full, and I'm watching other people, they're tapped out halfway through. Do you want dessert? Oh no, oh, my goodness. And I'm like thinking, what do you mean you don't want dessert? You're not hungry.
There's always room for dessert. Nah, mate. Like, you could probably eat like 3 massive plates of food, and the waiter comes up to you like, do you want to see the dessert menu? And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. I'll see the dessert menu. Let's go.
Hungry. I'm full. And I'm like, but you only ate half of your entree. I had 3 entrees and I'm still hungry. And so some
Hold on. What's an entree? Is that the main meal, or is that the starter? Because Americans say it weird. I don't know why Americans say entree. We just say first course, second course, starter, main course, dessert. Simple. Entree.
people, they just don't know what it's like to have food
Exactly, we
noise,
do,
to
yeah.
have cravings, to always be hungry. And so if you're one of those people and you're probably
Thank
weighing
you.
300-400 pounds,
Entree equals main course, thank you. Just send the cheesecake and tiramisu. Oh, for my birthday, I was really tempted to get the tiramisu. But I opted for the torta della nonna instead. Oh, it was so delightful. We have big portions in the USA. You do. From what I can tell, you do have very big portions over there. Entree first. I don't know. I think in Australia, entree is the first. I'm not sure. But in America, the entree is the main course.
You know, every time you try to go on a diet, you're just too hungry. You can't stick to your diet. It's not fair. Now, many times it could be resolved just by getting the cookbook and learning how to eat properly. Like if you're eating extra barbecue sauce, salad dressings all the time, you're eating fatty condiments, you're having sugar drinks like regular pop instead of diet, you're eating hot.
Tiramisu is very classy. I love this. Is it Savoiardi? The lady fingers. I love them. They're very good. I could eat them on their own.
Haagen-Dazs, you're having high-fat cheese, and you essentially just don't give a shit. You just eat like an asshole. Well, that is kind of on you. But if you're trying and you're still hungry, even with the cookbook, even though you're doing cardio, there is a better way.
There's
I
a better
find
way.
myself, especially now that I'm conscious of it, constantly thinking about it.
Me too.
Every Chinese meal in Australia is always order entree first, then mains. Do you mean, Dan? A succulent Chinese meal? This is democracy manifest. Right. Sorry,
Like I
let's
said,
get
I
that
haven't had a nacho cheese Dorito in that long.
These guys, the two of them, one's fat, one is not. They're constantly thinking about food.
One's a fat bastard, one isn't.
It's on their brain all the time. One, because he's probably leaner than his body wants him to be. And the other, he just wasn't dealt a great hand. He was born to be 6'4", which is a freaking huge advantage. But he's very hungry. And so he's morbidly obese, which isn't fair. It isn't cool. It isn't good. And how hard is it to diet when you're always hungry? He's always thinking about it. The food noise.
Exactly, Ray Ray. Get your hands off my penis. I see you know your judo well.
You're trying to do some work. You're studying. You're trying to go about your day, trying to be productive, and all you can think of is some chips. Ice, cakes, candies, cookie, burgers, fries, you name it. Imagine if you could
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh,
turn that down. Turn the dial down a little bit. Hey, it's 25 degrees. It's too hot. What if I could put on some air conditioning? That is what it's like when you take a GLP. A GLP, for example, Ozempic and or terzipatide, these are doctor-prescribed medications. It's made for people like this. Technically not made for Casey. He's already in shape. He doesn't need it. It's not made for Coach Greg. I don't need it. But if you're morbidly obese, it's killing you. It's a slow death. If you take these drugs, it turns down the food noise and you're no longer this hungry. Remember, if you're 660 pounds, you didn't get there from just eating like a piece of shit. You got there.
Yeah, Ethan, you piece of shit.
Turns down the food noise and you're no longer this hungry. Remember,
Always dopamine.
if you're 660 pounds, you didn't get there from just eating like a piece of shit.
Yeah, Ethan, you piece of shit. Eating like that, you piece of shit.
You got there for eating like a piece of shit because you were hungry. If you ever tried to force feed yourself and you're full and then you try to eat more, you're tapped out. You physically can't do it. They could say, hey, I'll give you $1,000 per one slice of pizza that you eat. Eventually, you just can't eat anymore and you cannot gain any weight. For
I'll get $20,000.
him, $1,000 per slice. How many extra pizzas do you got? Because I ain't
Oh,
getting
exactly.
full.
Coach
And so
Greg's
they
shady.
continue to gain weight. It's not
Coach Greg, are you on mine and Paolo's side? You seem a bit sassy. We'd love to have you.
his fault. And so that's why they made these medications. Obesity, it's a disease. Not saying that you can't beat the disease without the medication. You can if you have extreme willpower. But there's medication to make it easier. And so if you're having difficulties, why not go to Algo RX? Guys, these are doctors who prescribe.
I know what you mean, Ray Ray. You look at personally for me it's like crisps, right? And I haven't binged. I haven't binged since Sunday, so I'm very proud of myself for that. I think one of the turning points for me obviously was the therapy on the Monday, but also I really struggled in my gym session on Monday too. Um, that was like the worst thing. I felt like I just felt so shit. I could barely do my gym session. And yesterday, I had a really good day, and I went to my PT session and I fucking smashed it. And it really does it really does tell you that what you put into your body is key. And obviously, you know, when you when you have an eating disorder, it does make things extremely difficult. But I'm very glad that I'm trying to do my best to actually just, be normal. Um, I've got you have to get a book, the Fairbairn book, Overcoming Binge Eating, and I'm reading that at the moment. It's the bank holiday here in the UK on Monday, so I don't have therapy this Monday. So we've got two weeks to read 6 chapters. I've already read some of it. I did get it out on loan from the library. Um, and yeah, it's obviously very interesting, and it really does help with how to manage things and why you do what you do. And I think it's very key to acknowledge that you first have an eating disorder, but it's more important to actually do something about it rather than just saying it and allowing yourself to continue on the same path.
Medications, legal medications, and they're very competitively priced, much lower than their competition. For example, Merrick Health. Please compare prices, price shop. Use code Greg for 10% off. And while there, you get your blood work to see, are you healthy? Is there something wrong? Perhaps your thyroid's out of whack. Do you need telmisartan? Is there high blood pressure going on? Do you need baby? What do you need? And so if you are struggling, and for Ethan, 100% he should be.
I don't know. I'm really sorry, but that's a lot of chin. I don't think I have that much chin, do I? Do I have that much chin? That's a lot of chin. The Y is ruining everything for me.
Be on this medication. If there was ever a person that could benefit, he's the one. The same thing could be said for our good friend Brentley G. We all love Brentley G.
We do love
It was
Brentley.
very similar, very difficult for him. He struggles a lot. He's always hungry. He doesn't get full. And so he most recently started using terzipatide.
That's a big change. I love Brentley. He's such a lovely guy. That's amazing. That's £230. That's incredible. Good job, Brentley. Love to see it.
Using terzipatide,
Chin
which
spank.
is dialing down the food noise and making it easier to stick to his diet.
You just put me through
Ethan needs to wear a hijab. That's what he needs to do, Debbie. Then it'll just, contain everything.
torture. I think I'm about to do the same thing to you.
Can you take it easy on me?
No.
I think you're gonna need this pre-workout.
For Ethan in the gym,
That sounds like the start of the films I normally watch. I normally skip that bit.
what
Anyway.
you really would benefit most from, in my opinion, is GO2 Max. It gives you more endurance, more stamina. You can recover faster. And so imagine having more energy all day long. You're doing your cardio, perhaps after 30 minutes, you want to tap out, you're tired. With this, you're going to double it. You go for an hour, you burn double the calories. And after your workout is over, say you were lifting weights,
Yeah.
you still have energy to carry out the rest of your day.
Ooh,
Imagine that
nice.
feeling.
Yeah.
It essentially gives you your second win. And on top of that, the Turk Builder Match, you all know that this is legit. And so if you want the ultimate natty stack, this is what you get. And in addition to that, if you're not up for the Ozempic yet, maybe you're hesitant.
I have no idea what he's talking about. But yeah, cheers, Greg. If you buy Greg code Greg it up, you Greggers.
You're concerned. Well, you can start with GLP Max. Now, it's not as potent as Ozempic, but it reduces your appetite by approximately 20%. You go from an 8 out of 10 hunger to about a 6.
Monk Chip, it's like Amazing Discoveries. Oh, I love that. 4 in the morning, you can't sleep, pop Amazing Discoveries on. Hey, it's £500 for a juicer, and you could juice anything. You could juice your own mother.
Instead of wanting to eat your hand off, It's now manageable. You still have to try, but it's a lot easier. And is that not what you want? You just want a little bit of push, drive, a little bit of help to get you to lock in and stick to your diet. Code Greg, 15% off.
And funny enough, our dinners are both chicken and rice. But don't worry, there is a large calorie discrepancy here.
And honestly, if he had eaten all his meals like this is 3 cups of rice and chicken with some sauce, 1,500 calories. This is not all that bad. I mean, it's a lot of food, but it's certainly not ridiculous. I think all that's really missing from this guy's diet would be adding in some fruits and vegetables. Imagine if you had
Ethan no like vegetable. He can't tolerate vegetable. Sorry about that. If it's not romaine lettuce, no other vegetable will do.
a little bit less rice and had some peas, some corn, some asparagus, you name the vegetable, and then had some more of the fruits for dessert. Rather than having chocolate milkshakes and so on, if he had some more fruits for dessert, some strawberries, a kiwi, it would make his diet so much better and much lower
Ethan eating fruit and veg, Greg. You're so funny. I didn't realise that Greg was a comedian.
in calories, allowing him to be satiated.
I actually have a special ingredient. You get a guac cup with this for some nice healthy fats.
I do the same thing. I got the guac.
Honestly, if you were in a room with Ethan and had a sincere conversation, no snark, what would you say to him? I don't know. I would ask him why he's such a liar, because he just lies about everything, and there's no need to lie. Greg is right. The most scientifically proven way to lose weight is a shit ton of money, but he can be a lot. Yeah. Greg does love to sell a lot of stuff. Ethan, no like fruit. No, no, no. Strawberry, more like shit off, I'm not having it.
Circles. I dip my chicken in that. And so this is right up my alley. This chicken and rice meal with the guacamole, if they had
No. Ethan does have fruit because he has the strawberry energy drinks.
some
Although, to be fair, they've probably never seen a strawberry in their life.
mushrooms or some beets or some kind of vegetables with that and a little bit of dessert, some fruit after, this would be a typical Coach Greg meal.
I ain't eating a single veggie today, but it's okay. We'll go with this.
Vegetables definitely weren't a priority back then for me.
Yeah, they still are, Ethan, to be fair.
Priority, or did they not exist?
They might not have existed.
And so you could see vegetables, fruits, not a priority. Essentially, they didn't exist. And whose fault is that? When a 9-year-old is 200 pounds, are they the ones going to the grocery store and selecting what they're buying and what they're going to eat? Of course not. It's all up to their parents. And so when you're young...
Yeah, there's the fruity malt, horchata. The horchata's got cinnamon in it. Cinnamon's a fruit, isn't it?
Obesity, it's not a choice. It's not his choice. At 9 years old, when he weighed 200 pounds, that wasn't his choice. I most certainly don't think he wanted to be 200 pounds, but his parents, they just didn't.
Yeah, pizza, tomato sauce, tomatoes are fruit. Thank you so much, Monk Chip. We're putting the dots together. We're stringing it along like a bridge.
Care, or they didn't know better. Not everyone is educated. Perhaps they didn't know. They didn't know that 200 pounds at 9 is going to slowly be killing him. And so perhaps they did the best, but it wasn't good enough. But once you're an adult, once you buy your
Basically, Greg's saying to Ethan, your parents are shit.
own foods, you can undo those damages. Now, it's going to be hard because you don't know what's low in calories. Perhaps you don't know. Maybe you thought cheese is healthy because it's protein, but you weren't told about how much fat is in it. Or perhaps they told you that trail mix is great for a diet because it has nuts. You don't really know because you haven't
Homemade chicken fajitas for you tonight. Going to the theatre with your husband. What are you going to go see, Debbie?
watch Coach Greg. Now, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, you could click the subscribe button right now. And
I bet he doesn't go to a Turkish barber, Paolo, because if you go to a Turkish barber, they'll do your hair, and they'll do your eyebrows, and they'll do your nose hair, and they'll burn off some of your ear hair too, if you're lucky. And even if you're more lucky, you might get a brush with the third limb.
I have over 4,000 videos. Not all of them are natty or not. There's only about 120 of those. There's a ton of videos explaining how to lose weight, keep it off for the rest of your life. This is perhaps what I'm most known for, although people tend to focus on the drama, but it's all about losing weight and being your best self. And so if you want to subscribe, and perhaps you can start looking at some of these videos, because this is what I do best. Remember, 4,000 plus videos. I've done more videos in a year than most people would do in a lifetime.
Operation Mincemeat. I've never heard of that, Debbie, actually. So that was Coach Greg. He had a lot of interesting things to say, and you can't really fault Greg for saying anything because he's right. Ethan eats like a piece of shit. So there is that. This is a short, I guess, a podcast. But yeah, this guy is Frank the Tank Fleming, and he's got Ethan Benard on his show. Ethan looking like he's lost his mum at the supermarket. He can no longer shop happily. But yeah, when you're 18, it's not really your parents' fault anymore. It definitely is Ethan's fault. Well, it's Ethan's fault that he likes the potato chips. Okay, so let's watch this. I don't know how it's going to go, but
I get from walking is
the inspiration I get from walking is incredible.
incredible. I get a lot of messages, and then there's Ethan Benard. I mean, he's been doing this as well, and he has lost close to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Walking, working out, and now he has his big
Close to 200 pounds. Notice that he didn't correct him. Right? No. I've lost 220.
following, and has decided to go walk with me and share some notes about what it takes to lose a lot of weight. So let's go for a walk.
Frank walks. It's time for Frank walks. Frank talks while Frank walks. It's time for Frank walks.
All right, thank you for joining me, Ethan. You know, one thing about losing all this weight is you got to the clothes. We got to. I basically have the last few months have been just getting all new jackets and new clothes.
That is a big. When you lose a lot of weight, that is a big thing. Having to buy lots of new clothes. I did when I was losing weight. I did go overboard quite a lot buying new clothes. But you just like when you have that body that you've not had for a long time or that you've never had, you kind of just feel like I can wear whatever I want now. You know.
I was size 6X, size 5X, and now I'm wearing 3, and I can get into 2.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, see, I actually started at an 8X, and now I'm wearing a 5, and I can barely squeeze into a 4.
I mean,
And he's like, "Well, I could do better than that. I used to be an 8X, you skinny mini." Huh.
it's hard to find clothes that 5 and 6X.
Oh yeah.
But now that I can get 3X and 2X,
You can start shopping a lot more places.
yes, I would have to go to like the big and
If it wasn't for Vinted, I'd be bankrupt. Vinted is goated. Vinted is goated. You started in the 10X, you down to a medium large. Yeah, you just plow through clothes. I've given a lot of my fat man clothes away. I think there's still some that I have left, some that I can't bear to part with.
tall shops. I had like a couple that were ones I would my go-to places. But now I could probably go
You can hear Ethan breathing heavily already, and they've been walking for like 1 minute.
into and find 3X store off the rack. And
Yeah.
let me tell you something. After not
a good
being
feeling,
not
isn't
able to
Oh, the edema on Ethan's legs are terrible. Like you can just see the water sloshing about in his legs. It's awful.
actually look at clothes at a store.
Yep.
I went to the Mets team store this year and bought a couple of things at the team store at City Field.
Right off the rack.
And I would go past those clothes and say, oh, that looks nice, but I knew there
Oh, I
was
see,
never anything
David.
that would fit me. And now I know that I can actually, hey, look, this 2X, 3X, oh, I can wear this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different feeling.
No, I had a similar experience this year. You know, I was so big that I couldn't even go to the big and tall stores. But now I'm at the size where I can go into a big and tall store and actually shop for clothes in person and go into a dressing room. And doing that for the first time.
He is walking well. His gait isn't too bad. He obviously didn't go to the big and tall store to buy that jacket.
In years.
Now,
it was just such a good feeling, you know?
You were telling me about this personal trainer you have, military guy.
Yeah, so I'm partnered with a company called Jocko Fuel, and it was founded by a man named Jocko Willink, who is an ex-Navy SEAL.
I've seen him train with Joe Satsbury like twice. Well, you've not heard from Joe. Is it Joe Satsbury? Or was it Jason? I can't remember. The handsome guy with the mustache.
Commander. So he's like...
He's one of my favorite people.
It's really interesting because, like, on paper, he seems very intimidating. But what he's actually known for is his leadership skills and being like a compassionate and good leader, which is really interesting because you think a lot of these military people would be so intimidating and so rough on people. But you meet him, you know, he looks intimidating, but then you meet him and he's just a funny guy.
I mean, that's great. I mean, military always gets things done. That's the best thing about the military. They always get things done. I hear that Chris Pratt's also been involved in this company.
Yeah, oh man, that was I actually...
Oh yeah, don't forget that Ethan is best friends with Jelly Rolls, Chris Pratt's, Bert Kreischer's, maybe even like Cher, Madonna. Oh my God, get me tickets to a Cher concert, please, Ethan. Yeah, Jocko seems like a nice guy. Made a bad choice to make Ethan the face of his brand, though.
Had an experience with Chris earlier this year. The president of Jocko Fuel told him about my journey, and then he messaged me and started talking about it. And so to start this journey, you know, sharing a journey like this in public, you know, you have no idea where it's going to go. One person could see it, a million people could see it, but to get a message from someone like him encouraging me to continue was pretty crazy.
I mean, that's how Frank Walk started. We had a similar story.
What about a nice video from Greg Doucette where he says, "Ethan, stop eating like a piece of shit." That'd be really motivating, I think. Cher still does concerts. I think so.
Story with J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Gypsy is trance and
really got
thieves.
kicked started with doing J.J. Watt, and it's incredible that one of the best defensive players of all time, a lock Hall of Famer once his eligibility comes up.
Yeah.
Now, what is your typical day like? Like for me, it's just been walking.
Ethan's typical day: get up at 3 p.m., have 10 Jocko Fuels, get angry at transgender people online, look at his guns, maybe have a quick look at some OF models on Instagram. 10 p.m., play Valorant until 8 a.m., go to bed. That's his day.
I started slowly with 5,000 steps,
Yeah.
10,000, 15,000. Lately,
Wow.
I've been at 20,000.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes, Greg did say that Ethan has a faster metabolism than average, because Ethan always believed he had a low metabolism. You know what people are like when they're overweight? They're like, it's just slow metabolism. I only eat one hazelnut a day and I'm 660 pounds. But no, Ethan's metabolism is actually faster than average, and he must pack food away to still be over 450 pounds. Because I know from my own experience, you've got to do that to maintain a big weight. Look at OnlyFans models and dream about the future wife. Exactly.
Man, I've been doing a solid 10, 11,000 a day.
Sure.
So walking for me is only part of it, though. You know, like actually, when I decided, let me back up a little bit. In January, I had gotten back up to 624 pounds.
Ooh.
Not my heaviest, but still very heavy. And for the first 5 months of the year, I didn't move around at all. I didn't walk, I didn't go to the gym. I just basically...
Yeah, you know, that's what happens. That's why the streak is so important to me.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving, you got to keep it going, you got to keep the habits.
Absolutely.
You know, one day off leads to 2 days off. Next thing you know, it's your Joel Embiid, and you're load managing it every other day.
Yeah. So
I think I'm missing some Americanisms here. Is it something to do with like football or something?
up until May, I actually lost like 90 pounds, but it was all from just eating less. So in May, I decided to start walking. I saw a video of someone talking about how if you walked 10,000 steps a day.
Hey, that's jaywalking, isn't it? Can't you get arrested for jaywalking in New York? Jaywalker! Ethan, right, I'm going to phone President Mamdani, not President Mamdani, Governor Mayor Mamdani, and going to say, Ethan Benard crossed the road without it being a green light. I think you should arrest him and send him to Guantanamo Bay. Joel Embiid is a basketball star. Oh, I see. Ethan is, yeah, he's lost in New York.
You would lose weight really fast. So literally, from not walking at all, I just started doing 10,000 steps a day. And
you went from doing nothing to 10,000 steps a day. I struggle to believe that. If only it was President Mamdani, maybe that will manifest it for you. So I don't know. I find it hard to believe that he would go straight from 0 to 10,000 steps as a over 500-pound guy. 0 to 10,000 straight away? Nah. Not even looking for prank. Well, he's just too concerned about talking about himself.
that was kind of the beginning.
You know, it's incredible. I let this fire truck go by, or this ambulance.
Why are you waving? They've got an emergency to go to. Wait.
Yeah, so I went
when I was at my heaviest, which was at least 525 pounds. That's as high as the scale went at my doctor's office.
Yeah.
When and this is 2015.
Yep.
I couldn't walk more than if I walked like 200 feet, I get winded. It was tough. Everywhere, going to Met games was tough. Going to Devil games was tough. And
Oh, you'd hate me, Ray Ray. I'm such a slow walker. I pace myself when I go to and from the gym, but when I just like go around for a leisurely walk, I am so slow when I walk.
couldn't walk. I couldn't imagine it, but
yeah.
Now that I'm doing it every day, it's almost become like when I'm on my own, I put in my earbuds. I'll either listen to some satellite radio or I'll listen to an Audible book.
Yeah.
And it's actually become like a big part of the day, relaxing and getting this done, and it's been incredible for me.
No, that's awesome, man. You inspire me a ton hearing you do 20,000 steps. Because honestly, I mean, I go to the gym and I do more than just walking.
That sounds like a lie. Good morning, Chava. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
But I still have days where I struggle to reach my 10,000. You know?
Yeah, that's every day, Ethan. You struggle to reach 10,000. I think like even 5,000 is probably a stretch for Ethan.
I've been very consistent with it this past 3 weeks. We've been hitting 11,000 a day because we came out here to train hard and work hard. But it's a lot on my body still.
We work hard, we play hard. You're the worst in the opposite way. Everyone's asking why I'm always running. Why are you running?
Have you felt that as you've lost more weight, the walking has become less taxing?
Yes, though my feet sometimes feel the brunt of it, but
Oh yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
occasionally I get like
If your feet feel the brunt of it, get better shoes. Get some nice cushioned shoes. Yeah, I don't miss those days either, Dan. Like, I'd probably do like 100 steps, if that, and I would get out of breath. Like, when I lived with my nan, it was a short walk from the front garden to the roadside. We lived in like a little cul-de-sac, and I would get a taxi. I would have to get a taxi for half a mile to go to the doctor's. That's how bad I was. Um, Thankfully, it was only £3 for that journey, but it did feel it did feel pretty embarrassing to not be able to walk that far. Like I would go to the shop, which was like maybe 500 steps to and from, if that, and I would be absolutely exhausted. I would need to like stop and sit down. And the worst part of it is that the shop was next to a pub, and I was this over £500 guy, and I would be walking in front of a pub, and people would be looking at me, and they'd be drunk, and invariably people would say shit, and that didn't stop me getting my massive bag of crisps and chocolate though. I was like, when I get home, I can forget about those people shouting at me. But that's that. Welcome in, Corvid. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
hip pointer, but that goes away after about 10 minutes of resting. My knee.
Oh yeah, when COVID hit, I loved it because I didn't have to go anywhere and I didn't have to see anyone. It was wonderful.
Knees don't hurt as much as they used to. Yeah, climbing hills and stairs. I look at a hill that was like
Shit happens,
a steep
Corvid.
hill, and I would.
It's just how life was, But things are better now. I can go outside. I can do things. I can enjoy the weather. I don't have to be sat there in a hoodie and thick jeans. I can wear shorts and a t-shirt and not look out of place. And it's definitely helping that my physique has definitely changed in a lot of ways. I've still got a lot of visceral fat that I want to get rid of, obviously, but I look I look like somebody who's quite jacked. Like when you see me in person, it's definitely a lot more noticeable. But I do get comments from people that don't see me a lot that I look noticeably different when I get seen. So
Is there a way to get there without going up the hill? And I do everything I can to avoid a hill if I ever had to walk up the hill.
Hills and stairs.
I'm now
are the
flying up
enemy.
hills now, and stairs still don't love.
thanks, guys. I know there's a lot of people in the community that have had the same issues that I've had, and one of the great things about the community that we have here on my channel is that we can all relate to each other, and we're an empathetic bunch, we're a sympathetic bunch, and that's what makes me so proud to have like made this community what it is. It may be a small community, but we're a good bunch of people, and that's what I'm really thankful for that. I really appreciate you all. It's so good to do these streams on the weekend and hang out with you all and just talk a load of rubbish, but it's good rubbish. It's funny rubbish. Yeah, contactless delivery is great, Ray. Love it.
Stairs, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone loves stairs.
No.
But it's not a deal breaker anymore for me.
Yeah.
How about in the gym? Do you have any tips for Frank on good workouts that, if you've never really lifted weights before?
I think the thing with the gym is honestly having a coach or a trainer.
Having a team of 20 people to help you lose weight, Ethan. I think that's what you're trying to get at, isn't it? Quality over quantity. Exactly. That's what I like.
Who really understands your capabilities.
You want
Because
to
if you get a good
Ray
coach,
Ray, you want another group hug? Hold on, then. There you go. Did you enjoy that? One day I'll post a photo instead of "you are so brave" comments. I just get. I know the feeling. Thank you, Run Love. I appreciate that.
They'll understand what you're capable of better than you will, and they can kind of point you in the right direction. But I think the biggest thing is leaving your ego out of it at the gym.
Oh yeah. Maybe Ethan should leave his ego out of other things too, like his chronically online life.
A lot of people who haven't lifted, they really want to like go in and push as much
Yes,
as
Carlos.
possible.
Yeah,
Somebody is walking backwards, I think. So warm, a little hairy, but lovely. You know what? I am very hairy, so you know.
people like that.
You like hugs.
And
It's like, yeah, I know that, you know, people go to the gym, they want to like impress. They go
Yeah.
all out, they go all out, and eventually they tire out, and then they're back to square one.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like
I bet the cameraman's like this. Just looking back every 5 seconds.
focusing on form
Oh,
and
damn,
function
bless you.
and reps over pushing heavier weights, I think is really what has made the training that I've been doing this past 5 months work so well.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, do you have any goals with the your weight loss?
Oh yeah. So
Oh yeah.
honestly, in terms of like the actual strength stuff, not really. You know, I want to be strong, but I don't care about like bodybuilding or powerlifting, you know?
No.
Excuse me. No. You want to be a 300-pound strong man who eats 5,000 calories a day. You said so on the Bro podcasts. Just because this Frank the Tank guy's a nice fella, you know, you say, I don't care about being strong. I just want to be thin. No, you want to be a strong man. Own it. He never owns anything he says. I bet he'll try and delete this video.
But you know, I started at 660, and I'm very blessed. I'm 6'5", so I carry my weight decently well.
No, lies. Lies.
Even though I'm still very, very obese. My main goal on paper is to just be less than 300.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You
I
know?
tell you that.
You said you don't want to be less than 300. You said you want to be a 300-pound strong man who eats 5,000 calories a day. You're a liar. You're a bloody liar.
It felt good when I went under 300 a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
It felt really good. You know, I have all this now extra skin hanging around.
Oh yeah.
I got to
6'5".
eventually figure out how to get that off.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I was talking with my doctor this week about that, and he said with my size, he's estimating that I'm going to have between 50 and 60 pounds of loose skin to take off.
50 to 60 pounds of loose skin. I mean, before he said it was 70, so that number has diminished. I don't know if he's going to have that much loose skin to take off. I mean, when he has his shirt off, he does seem to have a lot of loose skin. I don't think it's going to be like 50 to 60 pounds worth. How much did, like, when Tammy Slayton had her skin surgery, wasn't it like 15 pounds of loose skin that she had?
Which
Yeah,
seems insane.
my doctor said something similar, that basically that to revisit in 4 months.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I could probably knock off like about at least 20, 30.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like I'm trying not to take that account into the weight loss goal,
No,
right?
no.
Like, I want to get as low as I can without having it done. But when I do end up having it done, it's going to be a crazy drop.
I know. Another thing for me is my diabetes. My sugar was my A1C was 11, over 11. Now it's 5.4, which is
There you go.
actually
Oh, that's amazing. Well done, Frank.
normal.
Yeah, you're not even pre-diabetic anymore.
Yeah. So,
I won that same battle recently, my friend. I'm no longer pre-diabetic either.
oh, that's great. Well, thanks for joining us.
He's very lucky to not be pre-diabetic. Do you remember when people had to really get down and have like no fat left under their skin? Now they're just slicing off anything you pay for it. Yeah, pretty much. Over 15 pounds of loose skin for Tammy. Yeah. I mean, she's a small woman, so I guess like I don't know. I just don't think that this is going to be like 50 to 70 pounds of loose skin. Maybe 50 to 70 pounds of hair, but not loose skin.
Us and good luck with your continued journey, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was awesome walking with you, Frank.
And if I can do it, if he can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, if we can do what we do at our size, imagine what y'all can do.
Shut up, Ethan. Oh, I'm done. I don't want to watch the brutality of Hostel on stream. Hold on. I like watching synopses of horror films because then I don't have to watch the horror film and get scared.
The inspiration
Good
I
idea.
get from
Does he eat a diabetic friendly diet? Who? Frank or Ethan? Yeah, Frank seems like a lovely guy. Let's have a look at the comments then. 5 comments. Keep it up, gents. Looking good, fellas. You guys are definitely inspiring. I can relate all too well when Frank said how he can't miss one day of walking because he doesn't want one to turn into two, two to turn into three. Yep. I've had to stay off the treadmill for 3 days after getting some stitches, and it has been driving me nuts. I'm about to head out and jump back on today, and this video was like a call to arms. Let's go. That's good. Oh, Ethan. The problem with Ethan is he doesn't share what he eats in a day fully. So he'll be like, yeah, I made this salad bowl that was romaine lettuce and ground beef and stuff, but then he doesn't tell us about anything else. But he also drinks Jocko Fuel, which is probably loaded with sugar. Energy drinks would probably have sugar in too. So, yeah. Ethan, out of breath, just walking around the block. Doesn't seem like he's doing 10k steps a day. Frank, crushing it as always. Let's go. Ethan is one of the biggest liars on the internet, literally and figuratively. I like this person. Thumbs up from me. No offense to Frank's guest, but bro needs to lose another 100 before he starts his motivational tour. Oh, he's been on his motivational tour for like 2 years now, mate. So, you know, just saying. So PeachFit is the guy that's going to be training Ethan, supposedly.
You know what kills more diets than pizza, birthday cake, beer?
Hold on. I lost 130 pounds. He lost 100 pounds. So they have done a video together already. Let's have a look. So let's see how PeachFit lost 130 pounds. Yeah, he's doing like Ethan's already done his victory lap with all these podcasts. It's insane. Like we all have to realize, like people who are on a weight loss journey, like I've still got a lot of weight to lose, right? I know that I'm a work in progress. I'm not about to go onto podcasts and be like, I'm doing really well, and look at me now. It's so silly. But yeah, this is PeachFit. This is the guy that's supposedly going to be training Ethan with the move to Los Angeles. So let's see.
These are all the workouts I did to lose over 130 pounds in 12 months. This is my full routine of everything I did, so no filters, no fluff. So if you're wondering the best way to lose weight and put on muscle at the same time, this is the video for you. And look, I didn't lose 130 pounds overnight. It took a lot of workouts, a lot of reps, and a lot of mistakes. But every single workout taught me something. So today I'm recreating all of them, from the ones that started it all to the ones that completely transformed my life. So let's go back to where it all began. When I was 315 pounds, I was so sick of starting over. Hitting the gym, maybe a few days, starting over because I was just so embarrassed that I was doing things wrong, that people were looking at me, judging me. But, you know, that's where it all started. I feel like a lot of you guys started there too. You guys don't like going to the gym simply because of judgment. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know the right routine. Trust me, I get it.
definitely the biggest thing when it comes to gym anxiety is thinking that everybody's going to look at you. But in actuality, people don't give a shit. They only care about themselves. Like, I'll go into the locker room and people will just be posing, shirtless, looking at themselves. They don't give a shit about you walking in. They're just like, hey, hey, oh, mama. Yeah, it's just like walk past, that's it. Done. You don't have to worry about people looking at you. Although some people do look at me because I'm very handsome, but that's another thing entirely.
Just there. It's crazy to think that the gym that I'm about to walk into was the same exact gym that, I was in. That's where I lost all the weight. I was 315 pounds, depressed. Just every time I looked in the mirror, I did not recognize myself. Going in there now, it's just kind of nostalgic. So I decided to go to the same gym and hit the same weights that I used to do and, well, what I do now. So the very first workout was, of course, treadmill, and the settings I did was 3 speed, 12 incline. And yeah, like,
self-love is also important, but just do it in like the toilets or something. Oh, you mean like confidence? Yeah.
I lost weight. It was a good start, but then I started learning how to actually work out, how to, use weights and all these things. And I actually started using that towards my advantage. Just doing cardio, that's kind of working against you when you're losing weight. But when you're building muscle, having high protein meals, things like that, you're able to have your body work with you. And that is something called body recomposition. So yeah, cardio helps with building discipline, because I think any big back, we all absolutely hate cardio, but the weights, that's what builds shape. That's what helped me build.
Yeah, cardio can be so shite. But the thing is, you really need to find a cardio that you enjoy. So that could be walking, that could be running, but it could also be stuff like tennis, badminton, pickleball, football, rugby, jogging, tug of war, all that kind of stuff,
Build the shape of, what I got today. And weightlifting, you don't necessarily think about like losing weight, but that's what really helped me. It was like the thing that really did it for me. But yeah, the cardio, this is where it all just started. So after I started losing just a little bit of weight, I started getting confident and started exploring different machines. And when I started lifting and getting on these machines is really when I fell in love with the gym. For example, bicep machines, chest press, incline press, leg press.
Is PeachFit natty? See, I can't really tell unless somebody is like supremely jacked. But I think PeachFit looks natural to me. So, like when you look at somebody like Goliath GG and you put him next to PeachFit, PeachFit definitely looks natty compared to Simon, who is definitely not natural. So I don't know. People think that Will Tennyson doesn't look natural, but I think Will Tennyson looks natural. But then, I don't really have the keen eye that maybe other bodybuilders have. And I'm pretty sure that Coach Greg does a lot of natty videos, natty or not videos, and he's confirmed that Casey Kelly's natural. I'm pretty sure he's confirmed that Will Tennyson's natural too. Like if you look at Sam Sulek, that's definitely not natural, right? Oh,
squats, like you name it, I did it. And look, was my form perfect? No. Like in the very beginning, it probably sucked. And I had to go through that phase of, are people looking at me? Am I getting judged right now? But you have to go through that in order to really succeed and honestly get to where I got. And don't let that stop you. Everybody goes through that learning process. And in the very beginning of me working out, I got super comfortable with hitting like chest and arms in the very beginning. So literally I hit chest and arms, I think 5 to 6 days a week. Like that's pretty much all I did. But it was because
arms 5 to 6 days a week. Gee, your arms going to be like, oh, you're going to be like, trying to pick stuff up here. I can't do it. Oh. Yeah, Tennyson looks just like a normal gym guy that really works out a lot to me.
I was comfortable with the machine. A little bit later is when I started incorporating legs, back, things I necessarily wasn't comfortable with, but you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And yeah, was it a little weird in the very beginning of just doing just a few exercises? Yeah, but at least.
Yeah, I get it, Corvid. It can be quite triggering doing certain things, especially if it's like Anna or bulimia or something like that. if you like used to punish yourself with exercise.
At least you're in here, you're working out, you're being consistent. That's what starts it. Then came the real turning point, lifting weights. And not just weights, but free weights. You get comfortable with machines, and then from there, you get uncomfortable again with free weights. But again, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I'm not saying to completely let go of machines. Like, I still do a ton of machines, but doing the free weights, that's where it gets a little bit more difficult with your form and things like that. And that's where you could actually get hurt a little bit. But
Yeah, I've definitely seen it recently that doing the free weights makes me sweat a lot more, I would say, doing free weights. I am still I do have a lot of trepidation when it comes to free weights because I'm scared of lifting heavy. I can obviously lift heavy on the machines, that's fine, because obviously everything's in a stack and it's all, you know, in its little machine. But when it comes to the free weights, I'm kind of scared about like shaky form and things like that. And when I first started lifting, when I did my first squat, I was like, holy shit, the last thing I want to do is just like, tip backwards, you know? Precisely why you don't use free weights. Yeah, I completely get it. But it's so much better for like compound movements and stuff. It's definitely worth at least seeing how you do on the free weights.
this is where my physique really started to grow. You know, doing dumbbells, actual squats, curling. Like, this is what really took me to that next level. And then from there, instead of just doing like, oh, I'm gonna do my 10 reps, I go till failure. So that's when I even elevated just a little bit more, and knowing that I have to push myself to absolute failure to grow at a very good, solid rate. So, and that all plays in the role of body recomposition, and that's why I preach it so much. And when I am
Yeah, this is the standard gym bro haircut, Paolo. Broccoli on top, shaved at the sides. Kentucky waterfall at the back. Brr. Hey, you know, looking like that you might kiss your first cousin, that kind of thing.
implemented pushing till failure, that's when everything changed. My chest started growing in a good way, right? My biceps, they started getting really big. My triceps, my legs. See, pushing till failure, it was that key thing that was really left out until I really got good and really got educated inside of the gym. So here's the thing, is in the very beginning, when I was 315 pounds, I wanted to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wanted to look like Lee Priest. I wanted to look like these people. But if I wasn't training till failure, if I wasn't eating the food they were eating, I wouldn't get there. You have to almost reverse engineer how you get there, right? So training till failure, eating the foods that you necessarily don't want to eat, but you eat it anyways because you know it's going to get you to that goal. But it all starts here in the gym, and it all, for me,
I don't know, man. I'm really fussy with my food. I can't be that guy that drinks a bottle of egg whites. I have a personal trainer now. He's also my friend, and I watched him down a bottle of pasteurized egg whites, and I was like, how the fuck did you do that? I would gag from that. And he said he did it like it was nothing. And it's just like, I think you've got to find the good food that you enjoy. And luckily I have like a solid base of the proteins, fruits and vegetables that I actually enjoy. And it's actually more than I thought, because I like courgettes, zucchini, mushrooms, peppers, tomatoes, cooked, obviously, carrots, potatoes, onions, broccoli, cauliflower, that kind of stuff. So it's quite a large range of vegetables that I can choose from. Good morning, Mel. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. And also I buy stir-fry mixes, which will have like bean sprouts, bamboo shoots, that kind of stuff. You can't do egg whites. Like cooked egg whites I can do just fine.
I started doing cardio, and then from there, machines, and then free weights, and then pushing till failure. So basically what I'm telling you is you have to first get there mentally before you start doing it physically. Your mentality, you could switch on a dime. You got a volume knob, and then you got a light switch, right? Volume knobs is the physical.
I've got a volume knob, but I'm not going to show it on the stream.
Physical transformation. The light switch is a mental transformation. I wanted to be that Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wanted to be that bodybuilder. I switched on a dime. It just took
Envision, it's Envision, E-N-Vision, not Envision.
time for my physical body to actually catch up to that. So fast forward to today, I'm gonna be showing exactly what my workouts look like now.
Let's go.
So my whole routine now is called a push-pull legs. Some people might call it a PPL. And this is the thing. I think this is where people really overcomplicate stuff. They say, what best routine? What routine is really going to get you to that result? It's not
What? Are you not entertained?
necessarily that. I think you guys, that's the micro. The macro here is going till failure. Really push. That is what's going to make you grow, not what split you're doing. Just want to give you guys an example of what failure looks like. So if you think you're going till failure, this is how it should be done.
Oh no, I watch Ethan Benard videos. I know what failure looks like. Ooh. What you can't see is what's underneath the camera.
And when you can't do any more, you do partials. Oh yeah, when you can't get a full rep, you do partials. So you just kind of half-ass it, you half-partial it. That's how you grow just a little bit more. And honestly, from just going to free weights and going till failure to...
This is very much a min-maxing kind of style, I think. Do you know what? I think PeachFit's kind of a handsome fellow, I have to say.
Now, my routine really hasn't changed a whole lot. It's pretty much stayed the same. It's more what they call science-based lifting. You do different movements, you see certain things that targets...
If the PeachFit thing is true, will Ethan get results? I think so, but at the end of the day, PeachFit can only do so much. Obviously, PeachFit is very disciplined, you know, by the way he looks and the way he acts. But he can't be with Ethan 24/7. And we saw that when Ethan did the Jocko boot camp for 21 days, he put on weight in the 21 days at a boot camp. So, yeah. You almost complimented him for showing what failure should look like.
It's different muscles, and that's where you get a little bit more expert with your lifting. But honestly, when it comes down to routine, like how hard I push in the gym, that has not changed a bit. It's always till failure and then some, like I showed you, those partials. That's what really gets you growing. Next one is chest flies, which basically hits your pectoral major. And this is what I usually do after my flat bench press. I did this definitely every single week. I get a lot of like, dang, you got a really big chest. And that actually used to offend me, but now it's like, oh yeah, sweet. But anyways, when it comes down.
All right, mate, calm down. So yeah, the chest fly will work like this whole area here. I like doing the chest fly rather. And it's really given me some solid muscles here. PeachFit seems more willing to sit with the discomfort. Yeah, exactly. Like this is why he's doing the whole video, because obviously he's been there, done that. His fitness program that PeachFit sells, it is very generic. I will say that. It doesn't seem like it's bespoke to individuals. So, and not everybody can be a great fitness coach. Not everybody can be a great personal trainer, because some people rely on maybe AI. Some people rely on just like a one-size-fits-all, a catch-all kind of diet and fitness plan, when not everybody can deal with certain things. So I find that to be a negative for PeachFit, but in general, as a personality, he seems like a nice guy who's willing to help people.
To chest, the big things I hit is flat bench press, again, pec flies, and then I'll hit a incline and a decline chest. So this is basically my full routine of chest, is that right there.
Yeah.
Whoa, how'd I end up here? It's crazy to think that just a few years ago, I was trapped in a body where I was 315 pounds.
When the Ethan V-Shred combo will happen? Well, when Ethan loses all the weight and loses the 70 pounds of loose skin, he'll be right there.
And I'm 5'7", so I'm not like the tallest man on planet Earth here, but I looked in the mirror, I was like, this isn't who I'm supposed to be. And this started with these diets that, you know, never really worked, and going to the gym and feeling, you know, self-conscious and thinking people were judging me, you know, thinking I was fat or calling me fat, and just like I was in such a bad headspace. But you know, going to the gym
Welcome in,
and
Bank. Good to see
pushing
you.
through that and just getting in there and at least doing cardio, that's what started it all. Like, yeah, again, doing cardio isn't the best way to lose weight. It's not the best, but getting in there, that was the start. You know, obviously everyone knows how to do cardio. Like, everyone knows how to do it, even though I didn't love it. You know, it was getting in there and one foot in front of the other, and then finally feeling somewhat confident to go and start doing the machines and, you know, getting more confident, and then doing free weights, and then going till failure.
Basically, what he's saying is it's a holistic approach to weight loss. You know, primarily it's the good food that you have to eat, the nutritious good food that you have to eat. Then you got the cardio, and then you got the strength, and it just all comes together. And that's, you know, that's how you make a good approach to your health. And obviously, you know, there are obviously a lot of barriers along the way. I have a lot of barriers still. I've had barriers in the past, but you definitely need to make sure that you tackle yourself mentally before you go incredibly ham physically.
And then
Or
learning
work
the
on them at the same
process.
time.
It's just that's the story. That's how I did it. I think every story is pretty much the same. Everybody starts in the gym new. Like, no one is an expert when they start. And that's what I'm really trying to preach here too. It's just like, there's no special routine. There's no special way to, you know, get jacked in 90 days. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's not like that. It took me 12 months to get to where I'm at now. There's no secret. It's hard work. It's discipline. It's doing the things that you don't want to do always, but it got me here.
A combination of cardio and strength training, Dan, will get you the results you like. Yeah. Oh, you've definitely got to do cardio, because cardio is good for your heart, for your endurance and stuff like that. So it's you definitely have to do both. And I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, you will know that a lot of wrestlers will do intense cardio and they'll do intense strength training to get where they need to be.
And, you know, and that's what I talk about a lot inside of the Fats Jack program. It's something I made that helped me lose 130 pounds in 12 months. And it's helped thousands of other individuals. And I'm so proud to say that thousands of other people get in the best shape of their lives. And I'm a proud owner. I'm proud. And it's just seeing all the transformations, it almost makes me want to tear up. I'm not going to lie. So if you are someone that is just wanting a step-to-step guide to get you to a place of feeling confident, feeling like that person that you want to become, PeachFit.com. I love you guys. You know, I like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things to boost this, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't know this. And I just want to.
He's a good lad, PeachFit, but again, it's a very generic program. And obviously, you know, if you're wanting to like corner the weight loss niche, you will need to do like a blanket kind of marketing technique so that you catch as many people as possible. But if you pay for PeachFit, the PeachFit's program, and it doesn't work for you, then try something that's a bit more tailored to what you need.
This to be shared to the world, and yeah, y'all take care. See you in the next video.
Bye, PeachFits.
And make sure to subscribe.
US versus UK high protein struggle meals. Yeah, I'll watch this. I want to know what he thinks a UK struggle meal is.
We're trying British high-protein struggle meals.
And we're trying American high-protein struggle meals.
To find which should be in every country.
You guys are onto something with this.
I would eat this whole plate.
In which should have never existed.
What the f is that?
Is that Joe Phaser? Go Peach. All right, Paolo, calm down, mate. But yeah, go on, Peach. No, you just share what you like, Dan. Like, the thing is, people will always criticize what you eat. And it's just kind of like a guideline for others. As long as it's like a health, as long as it's like a protein, vegetables, and carbohydrates, then, you know, you're showing people what most people should eat, you know, or all people should eat, really.
Starting with an American classic, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All you
Peanut
need is
jelly.
2 slices of bread, 50 grams of powdered peanut butter mixed with water spread on one side, and 2 tablespoons of grape jelly spread on the other. Cut in half, the right way, and enjoy.
Starting with a British classic, beans on toast.
Yes.
All you need is 2 slices of bread with butter, 1 can of Heinz beans, and 60 grams of low-fat.
Beans on toast, beans on toast, beans on toast. Oi, oi. Beans on toast, beans on toast, beans and beans and beans on toast. I feel very British right now.
Fat cheddar cheese. Serve hot and enjoy.
I'm always served hot, mate.
Beans on toast, bro.
All right, Casey, calm down. What's the struggle meal? I think it's basically just a meal that doesn't cost very much. So if you're low on monies, you can get your protein in.
As far as struggle meals go, it looks alright.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich. I remember songs about this back in like 20.
Beans on toast. See, the thing is, beans on toast, I would have that. I would have happily have that most of the week. You get yourself a 50p tin of beans. It doesn't have to be Heinz beans. It can be a good, solid supermarket own brand tin of beans. Yes, I would have beans on toast without the butter and cheese, definitely. I'll just have, if you have some good bread and you've got some good beans, that's all you need. Maybe a bit of black pepper. Personally, I like a bit of black pepper. Maybe some Tabasco sauce as well. That's your whole diet right now. Yeah, I feel that.
2010 YouTube days.
Peanut butter jelly time.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah, that's it.
Stick it. Cheers, bro.
To qualify as a high-protein struggle meal, it must meet 3 criteria. Contain more than 25 grams of protein.
And this actually has 27 grams of protein.
Cost less than $3 per serving.
I don't think I'd pay more than $1 for this. They're probably getting scammed.
And take less than 10 minutes to make.
I mean, is this even a meal though? It's so easy to make, right?
Each dish will be rated out of 5 stars.
I give this a solid 2.
I'll give it 2.5 stars.
I'm gonna give it.
All right, Americans. No. You're giving 2.5 stars. You're giving 2.5 stars to beans on toast. That's disgusting right there. No wonder we invaded you guys. No broccoli except Casey, yeah. Joe Faisley's got a normal haircut. This guy got a normal haircut.
3.5? I think I'm going to agree with you there.
And will battle for a chance to go head-to-head with the other country's best
The Canadian. We need the Canadian to kind of even things out.
dish to be crowned the cheap culinary concoction king.
Which automatically moves both dishes into first place.
We're winning, no question.
We know whose food is better.
Next up is buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Simply add a serving of Kraft mac and cheese to a bowl, top with 1 can of chicken breast and whatever hot sauce or buffalo sauce.
One can. 1 can of chicken breast. I instantly don't like that. You'd rate beans on toast higher if I heard that song you just sang with it. Yep. Beans on toast, beans on toast, beans and beans and beans on toast. Yep. You gotta sing it. You gotta sing it.
Sauce you have laying around.
This was a staple in my house.
It's everything you want and more. You got your protein, you got buffalo sauce, you got chicken.
And it doesn't get much easier.
Next up, tuna jackets. Grab a potato or 2, slice in half and add a knob of butter to each. Then add a tin of tuna mixed with 2 tablespoons.
Apparently this is a struggle, yeah. Tuna, I'm allergic to fish, so I would opt for beans. I would opt for cheese and beans instead.
Of mayo, and you have a cheap British staple meal.
It is a British classic.
And it's unreal.
These Brits don't know nothing about Kraft mac and cheese.
I'll be very surprised if they don't like this.
Okay.
Hey,
that don't look like much, and
it
looks
don't smell great either.
It looks real dry as well.
So mac and cheese, obviously.
What is that in there?
It looks red, the chicken.
I don't even know if I want to inhale it.
Yeah, I don't really see the appeal of tinned chicken breast, to be honest. A knob of butter, a volume knob of butter.
Is that tuna? Is that chicken?
Smells like tuna.
Does smell like tuna.
Smells like fish. Leave it alone.
Funny story, when I was in primary school, they made mac and cheese for lunch. I was eating it, I couldn't eat it because I felt sick from eating it. The dinner lady made me eat it, otherwise I couldn't leave the table.
So this is serious
so I
trauma.
forced it down me, and then I was sick in the school toilets.
Lovely.
So I've been traumatized from mac and cheese ever since. I'm gonna just swallow it and just Get it down me.
Swallow it and get it down you.
Bon appetit, brother.
Let's dig in.
Sounds kind of gay, brother. I'm all for it.
I think you need to just stop being picky and eat.
Cheers. You can't escape the initial tuna taste.
There's no seasoning on it. Some pepper, some garlic. We need green onions on top.
Uh-oh.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I don't hate it as much as I thought I was going to. Like, I thought I was going to be like, this is fucking vile, bruv. But it's like kind of okay.
I'd stick to the PBs and J's.
The PBs and J's, yeah. Give it an A star for creativity or whatever.
No, I wouldn't give it an A star for creativity. I'd give it an F.
It's a little better than the last one, that's for sure.
No, I think it's the same. 2.5.
I'll give it a 2.5 as well.
Going off a taste perspective, it's not good.
Going off a nutrients perspective, it's not good.
1 out of 5.
I'll give it a 2.
We got ourselves a new first place for the British Struggle Meals, baby.
But I should mention, whichever dish is dubbed the worst meal by the winning team will have to be finished by the losers who served it to them.
Next up is the broke breakfast burrito.
In a flour tortilla, add 56 grams of low-fat mozzarella cheese, 3 scrambled eggs, and 2 ounces of whatever leftover deli meat you have in the fridge. Wrap it up, toast both sides in a pan until crispy golden brown. Slice.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I'd have that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
In half, all fancy to trick yourself into thinking it's more expensive than it is, and
you got yourself a breakfast with a lot of protein for not a lot of dollars.
The next meal is egg whites and chocolate sauce.
And it's exactly what it sounds
No.
like. 300 grams of egg whites.
No, that's not British at all. That's not even earthly. What are you doing? No. Oh, no. This is not a British struggle meal. Guys, in the UK, we don't have this. All right, that's like zabayon, zabayon or zabayone. That's what it's more like. We don't have that in the UK.
And 2 tablespoons of sugar-free chocolate sauce into a glass. Mix it all up and serve.
This isn't a British classic.
No, it's not.
Honest. It's a Joe Phaser classic.
Classically disgusting.
But hey, it's very cheap and it's got a lot of protein in, so can't complain.
No, that's disgusting, mate. Why would this? The whole video is now null and void. Produce can be cheap. Why isn't there any in sight? These are gym bros, Corvid. They only eat vegetables if they have to.
I haven't tried this and I never will.
What is this?
Now this looks good.
Dude, that's so disgusting.
I'd eat this.
Fair play, Americans. Well, I've not tasted it yet, but purely from an aesthetic point of view.
That looks good.
It looks like if you like hocked a loogie.
Don't say that.
Well, you got to eat that, mate.
Thumbs up, buddy.
The disparity between the two meals is very satisfying, to be honest with you.
Texture is the only bad thing.
No, it doesn't taste good either.
It just tastes like chocolate sauce.
Not for me.
Maybe because I hated the last one so much that this now tastes amazing. Like the contrast.
That was really good. I actually can't take anything away from them there.
Wait, no. It just tastes like chocolate sauce. It's like
No,
literally...
Like I was talking about my mate eating, like drinking a bottle of egg whites. I just can't. That would make me sick. And adding chocolate sauce to that? Nah, you're all right, mate.
It's not texture. But it tastes like chocolate sauce.
I don't know if I trust your taste buds anymore, bud.
There's no way that's $2.05.
Yeah, that's good.
41 grams of protein.
41 grams of protein.
That's a good breakfast.
That's a very
I
good
could be
breakfast.
making that myself. I don't want to say that, man. I don't want to give the Americans credit.
No, this is actually a little bit shit.
I hate to continue giving them low scores, but I'm gonna give it a 1. At least I could get it down a little easier than the last.
3 out of 10.
The only thing I...
3? What are you giving? You're right. No. Right, this video is actually really annoying me now. You're giving chocolate sauce and egg white a higher rating than beans on toast with cheese. Yeah, I don't trust Casey Kelly. I wouldn't trust Casey Kelly to hold my bags. I wouldn't trust him with anything. I wouldn't trust him to hold his own willy for a piss.
I think it could have done with is a little bit of sauce. Something to just, you know.
Let's give it a 4.
I think we give that a 4.
Let's give that a 4.
Which means we now have a new first place for the US, but also a
So the average is 2 stars for both beans on toast and chocolate egg whites. Fuck off.
new last place for the UK. But now it's on to
Poor protein pizza. On a flour tortilla, add half a cup of tomato sauce, 70 grams of low-fat mozzarella cheese, and 53 grams of turkey pepperoni. Transfer to a pan where the bottom gets crispy and the cheese is melted on top. And you're looking at 42 grams of protein for over just $2.
And it's a pizza. Who doesn't like pizza?
Next up, tuna pasta. In a pot, combine 300 grams of cooked pasta, 2 tablespoons of mayo, a whole can of tuna, and half a can of sweet corn. Mix it all up, transfer to a bowl, and I can't lie, this is, interesting, I guess. But I like it.
I don't like fish. I'm allergic to fish. So, like, tuna pasta bake, no, I couldn't. Pasta bake in general is all right. Pasta al forno, you know. Chicken pasta bake's good. Just make sure you have a good sauce with it, I would say.
I like British food. British struggle meals, you obviously have to take a bit of a hit, but I would say for struggle meals standards, this is definitely very good. Now, pizza, American, you could argue it's Italian.
Well, this isn't an Italian pizza, is it? Put it that way.
Is tuna in everything? Is that just like the British thing? The British struggle meal classic?
It is an odd combo. I've never had corn and tuna paired together.
I mean,
Really?
you've got, is that?
Is tuna and sweet corn a quintessentially British thing then? Because I see tuna and sweet corn like everywhere all the time.
Oregano on there.
Oregano.
Americans, you love your seasoning.
We sometimes dabble in salt and pepper.
Oh, you're going in with a spoon.
I gotta hold on to it somehow.
That cheese pull though.
They've done a good job.
That is really good.
That's...
Fuck's sake.
No, that is the worst one. Dude, the corn. Where's like the sauce too?
The two British guys are doing us dirty. We don't eat like shit like that normally. But all jokes aside, the British people are really pulling us down here.
Your eye just twitched. Like, actually, your eye just twitched.
It's the tuna, man. Like, I just can't do tuna dishes.
42 grams of protein for that.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's almost like a little treat as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have that instead of a takeaway.
What was the cost of this one? $1.56.
$1.56. Have you not
I don't want to get
Corvid?
too gassed, but I would potentially.
It's the big thing in sandwiches here. Like if you buy a meal deal, tuna and sweet corn will be one of the choices.
Actually make this when I get home.
I don't want another bite. Like the other one, I went for a few bites.
Let's just clean up this mess and get it out of
That's
here.
a 1. That's genuinely a 1.
I give it a 0.
He doesn't like. Oh my god.
I'm rating that higher than the burrito. I'm gonna give that a 4.5.
4.5. I'm happy with that. Good stuff, guys.
You guys better bring the heat with the next one. It's not looking good.
And again, a new banger for the American meals, but a very poor score for the Brit meals, which means it's looking bad for the UK mates if they lose the unbiased taste test. Luckily, what's next is sure to please everyone.
And our next item isn't a typical struggle meal, but it definitely helps if you're struggling to hit your protein, and that's the David Protein Bar, the best calorie to macro ratio bar on the market.
This is the hashtag ad. You bastards. At least Coach Greg knows how to put it in properly. The ads, I mean. You're a bunch of bastards.
8 grams of protein with only 150 calories. Best part, they just came out with a even tastier counterpart with 4 delicious punch.
No, I'm skipping
Look,
that.
that's not so-
Skipping
and
that.
crab
Skipping
cakes.
that.
From my last high protein struggle meals video, I'll let past Casey speak for myself. Mix 2 times tuna from
Tuna
can, 2
cakes?
times eggs, tuna cakes. The poor man.
That David bar's not even part of the thing. It's just a wedge. It's a wedged in advertisement. You fuckers.
Crab cakes, form into a patty. 3. British guys love tuna. This is a
A can of peas and top it all off with some gravy.
Bangers and
Absolutely.
Bangers and mash. Oh my god, I love bangers and mash. Sausage and mash. Sausage mash, onion gravy and peas. That is That's some good shit right there.
Banging. This is one of my favourite meals.
It doesn't look particularly appetizing, but it's probably one of the best tasting things on the planet.
On the planet, get out of here.
It fucking is.
Okay, we got some weenies.
Finally, something that looks appetizing
Yeah, we got 2 weenies talking right now. Got 'em.
visually.
What is that?
Taking a big turn here, guys.
This one, I don't know. Ooh,
I know, right,
got a
Corbin?
little snap on that sausage.
Good sausage.
Okay. Yo.
Oh, that stinks.
It's tuna, mate.
I don't know.
In fairness, they delivered pretty well so far.
Maybe we'll ignore the smell, the look.
It's all about the taste at the end of the day. So cheers to that.
We gotta eat it.
Ooh, got smoke going on there.
Yeah, that's called heat, Casey. Me play fire, me heat food. The smoke is heat, mate. Yeah. Jesus.
Cheers, brother.
This is actually really good.
Of course it is. It's bangers and...
What the fuck is that?
It's bangers and mash.
Third bite.
Off camera, Q gonna devour this shit.
Get that plate away from me.
You guys are onto something with this.
I would eat this whole plate.
Less than $3. Big up the bangers and mash.
Yeah, do we even need to say anything?
0.
Yeah, 0.
0.
Speaks for itself.
4.5.
4.5.
And with the final ranking set for protein pizza and
Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. All they want to do is have some fun. You love a bit of bangers and mash.
Bangers and Mash will go head to head, and the winner will be crowned by the unbiased judge.
My name's Jimmy. I'm from.
So there are songs that go with every single meal in the UK, and whenever you start, before you start your meal, you've got to sing the song. All right. So, tuna, pasta bake, tuna, pasta bake, and bangers and mash, bangers and mash. There is no song for egg whites and chocolate sauce because that simply does not exist in the realms of reality.
From Toronto, Canada, and I don't want either of these teams to win. All right, gentlemen, explain your meals.
On the American side, we have a delicious looking pizza. We have turkey pepperoni. Look at that cup. We got it on a nice...
They couldn't even be asked to do 2 meals. They've got the half-eaten pizza from the UK lads and just given it to this Canadian. Says a lot about the British Empire, really.
artisan tortilla because it's struggle meals and you need some quick, super cheap, 20 cents per tortilla. I think you're gonna enjoy this one, sir. GB, what you got?
We got bangers and mash. I could explain, I could do what he did and try and say all these fancy words, but look, the taste does the talking, and I'd say
you do it, Corbin, yeah.
Will it be the aesthetic Americans or...
Yeah, egg whites and chocolate sauce. It basically sounds like a Meshuggah song.
The buff Brits. It all comes down to one set of Canadian taste buds to determine which country goes home with the title of Culinary Concoction King and gets to serve the loser their struggle least protein meal.
It's not as bad as I expected. There's a bit of spice, so I like that.
There you go, mate. The real food now.
This looks pretty good. I'll be honest. It looks better than that. This looks like real food. It looks like mom's cooking.
Mash, a few peas.
Let's go.
Bro, you haven't even tasted it yet.
This wins.
Yes. Oi, oi, it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Food game coming home. There we go.
No way you actually like that better than pizza.
But that
There's
isn't
no contest.
pizza. That isn't pizza.
It doesn't compare.
Enjoy this shit, lads.
What can you say?
I'm not jealous.
And while we shamefully tasted defeat,
I'm not mad at
They
the
were
fact that
tripping.
I'm not mad at the fact that I
good.
didn't like this one.
I started thinking that despite our cultural differences, we all got along so well, which is how I truly think most of the world would act if we set aside our preconceived judgments and just gave each other a chance to spend some time together. Because we've all struggled in our own ways, and we all have a lot more in common than we think.
Fat play, boys.
It is what it is.
Where did that come from? That was more crammed in than the protein bar ad. Joe's got a lovely smile. He's he's a handsome Brit, I will say that. But can't we all just get along? Yeah. Well, if you served somebody your tuna fish cakes, they would probably throw a stone at you.
Oh, it's in a bowl because Casey's very OCD about B-roll.
Hands across the world. We are the world. We are the children. Ah. Like you got. I was doing the Cyndi Lauper bit. Like you got. You know, that's how she sounded, right? We the world. I like Cyndi Lauper. Just saying. I love Cyndi Lauper, but she does go, well, time after time. You know? Anyway. That was today's stream. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. You're all marvelous people, and I gave you a hug twice, and I think that means something. And what does mean something is that everybody in the world should get along, regardless of colour, creed, seed, need, chocolate preference, fish and chip, condiment appropriation. We just need to all like get along in that. So if you agree that we should all get along in that, thumbs up the video because that really helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you like what you see, keep viewing me. If you want to leave a thumbs up, please do. And Lee can't have cheese. All right. So, yes, I'll be back tomorrow and we'll have some fun things to do, I imagine. You enjoy group therapy for another week. That's good. Emperor of Earth. I would be so benevolent, Corbyn, it would be unreal. But yes, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.